it's the day after the fight, and I'm feeling a certain type of way because, as expected, as expected, these non-black boxing fans and some coons are saying that Lomachenko deserves not an undisputed match because it wouldn't be an undisputed match. They're saying that Lomachenko deserves a fight with Kambosos over an undisputed fight with Haney or a great fight with Gervonta Davis. And you know me, you know Art Man. I gotta come and just lay it out, just say that is complete utter bullshit. There's no way in hell that Lomachenko deserves a fight over these guys. Why everybody got to get in line, but Lomachenko gets to skip the line? And they want to talk about mandatory. Mandatory. Who the fuck he beat? Richard Comey? Richard Comey, the same guy who got stopped by Teofimo Lopez. Oh, Lomachenko. Lomachenko, he's a god. He's this and that. He's this and that. He's so superior. And that's not what the fuck I seen last night. So, and we gonna cook on it. So let me get my people up in here so we can start cooking for real, for real. But yeah, they got my boy Gervonta Davis, and I'm fucked up. Talking about they want to put this white boy in front of Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney like he deserves something. He don't deserve shit, boy. Stop playing games, man. Hold on, man. Hold on. Yeah, they got my boy fucked up. They got my boy all the way fucked up, man. These niggas are crazy, dude. But I get it though. I get it. They are in fear that a black champion, undefeated champion, may dominate the sport again for a very long time. They didn't like that feeling. As much as they like to praise Floyd and say he retired and all that shit, they didn't like that feeling. They didn't like the feeling of a black man telling them what's what, and there's nothing they can do about it because I set the standards, I set the rules, I'm the biggest draw. They don't like that. That's why they try their hardest to promote these fighters, dude. Lomachenko's with ESPN and Top Rank, and he still can't sell out a fucking family dinner. Still can't fucking sell out. You was promoted by HBO, ESPN, Top Rank, and you still couldn't fucking sell out an arena, dude. Man, hold on, cause y'all got me on one. Y'all got me on one right now because y'all definitely full of shit. Let me make it more clear for you. Let me make it more clear for you. So last night, ESPN Top Rank they posted a lightweight ranking, and on the ranking they had George Kambosos as number one, Vasil Lomachenko as number two, Gervonta is number three, Devin Haney is number four, Lopez is number five. What did Lomachenko do to deserve a number two spot over two undefeated guys? One's a champion, one's a top contender. What did he do? Oh, I'm gonna tell you what Loma did. Loma, what? How old is Loma? Like 30? 30 something? But let me tell you, Tank is 27 years old. Loma first loss came at 26 years old against Salido in his second fucking fight, dude. Never rematched him. Let me give you a little background story about Salido. Salido was a Mexican boxer, tough, rugged boxer who was once a champion, lost to Gamboa, got starched by Gamboa, and drives Uber. It steals beers in Mexico. And no, I'm not making that up. No, I'm not making that up at all. This is who high tech Lomachenko lost to in the second fight. Put Tank in there with Salido, see what happened. Put Haney in there with Salido, see what happened. Hell, put Teofimo Lopez in there with fucking Salido, see what happens. And this is who Lomachenko lost to in the second fucking fight. But this is the guy. This is the guy over Haney and Gervonta Davis. Okay. Loma beat Walters at 28. Walters. And they hold that like the best victory ever. But don't look at the context. Don't look at the context of everything on how they say Walters really, he didn't want to be there that night. But money was running real low and he had to. They don't look at that context. But we gonna keep that for another topic. But anyways, that he beat Rigo at 29. Rigo, a fighter that's now fighting at 118. He beat that man at lightweight. And they want to say that's one of his biggest victories. And in the fight, he didn't even do shit. But let them tell it. He outclassed him. He made him quit on his stool. He gave him a fucking Sugar Ray Leonard, uh, Roberto Duran performance. That's what Lomachenko did. Man, if y'all get the fuck out of here, look. And then I asked people. I said this. Who's a better opponent? Jojo Diaz coming off a Fortuna win, or Richard Coleman coming off a victory over damn near prospect and a knockout loss over to under Teofimo Lopez. And these fools want to sit here and tell me Richard Coleman. I'm sorry, I like Richard Coleman, but the motherfucker is done for. Dude looks hella defensive. Look, he and all the brothers, all of us, we witnessed it last night. We said, hey man, I ain't gonna lie. Coleman looks drained because he's in there tired as shit in the first round. He's out here looking sluggish, not looking like a normal Richard Coleman at that. And then Loma still couldn't put him out. But you don't hear nobody saying he pillow fisted. Nobody saying he pillow fisted. Why is that? Oh, because he dropped him. And if y'all go look at that drop, even though they would say it's illegal, but it's borderline a little fishy because after the clinch, he immediately threw a left hook. He didn't see it coming, and it put him on his ass. But you would think that type of punch would have stopped him. Nope. He got back up. And even though Lomachenko was begging, oh, please stop the fight. Please stop the fight. He didn't. Bro, where I'm from, if you want to stop fight, if you want the fight stopped, you stop the fucking fighter. That's what you do. You ain't Roy Jones Jr., nigga. You notice Roy Jones Jr. did the same thing. And guess what happened after? Roy Jones went in there and stopped the guy. Loma didn't. In fact, he let the guy come back here with a clear mind, clear head, and the dude came back out there and started landing some good punches on Lomachenko. He was landing left and right hands on Lomachenko. Lomachenko didn't leave that fight clear-faced. But y'all want to sit here and say that, oh yeah, he better than Haney. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all, I get it. I get it. When it comes to certain fighters from that region, you don't expect them to have certain type of movement. You don't expect them to be at this highest level. So when you see them do certain things, you overly rate them. You say they're better than the black fighters because you're so used to seeing black fighters being dominant and spectacular in the ring. Let's be real. The only reason why Lomachenko's getting this praise because he is better than a couple of those Eastern European fighters. He ain't the best one because we see Usyk in the crowd, but he's one of the best. But that doesn't make him better than Haney. That doesn't make him better than Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis, an unfocused young Gervonta Davis, stopped Pedraza. Pedraza is one of Lomachenko's biggest win. After the fight with Pedraza and Lomachenko's face was looking like a fucking panda. But y'all want to sit here and say Gervonta Davis don't got no resume. He don't got no resume. I don't get it. How can you guys troll Gervonta Davis, say he doesn't have a resume, but praise Lomachenko for beating the guy later on in fucking life? That doesn't make any fucking sense to me, dude. Said Lomachenko fight dirty. He hit Kobe off of the fucking break. And I posted on Twitter. I said Lomachenko with the dirty tactics, yo. Lomachenko, and you learn that type of stuff fighting in the amateurs all your fucking life. Being a grown ass man fighting the amateurs. I'm 26, about to be 27. Imagine if I started. I got a little skills under my belt. Imagine if I said, you know what, I'm gonna go to the amateur rank and fight nothing but 17-year-olds at age 27. What do you think they'll say about me? Damn, this nigga, he's still in the amateurs. He is a little old. They wouldn't say he's a little bit too old. Rio talking about, are you trolling? Nah, nigga, I ain't trolling. I'm keeping it 100. I'm keeping it 100, and you Lomachenko fans can't fucking take it. Y'all can't stand the fucking rain, and y'all want to come out of hiding. Where was Lomachenko's at? Where were Lomachenko fans at before this fight? Oh, I tell you, they're in hiding because the man got whooped on by Teofimo Lopez. And what we seen happen to Teofimo Lopez recently? Fuck out of here. And you beating Teofimo Lopez leftovers, and you think you deserve a George Kambosos fight? How you deserve a George Kambosos fight beating a guy that Teofimo Lopez stopped in 2 rounds? The fuck out of here. They already got the Lomachenko and George Kambosos graphics ready. Boy, the fuck out of here. Man. And Devin Haney, he looks skilled in there, dude. And they don't want to admit it. They don't want to admit it that the dude's looking flashy out there. Looking like a young Mayweather in the fucking ring, dude. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. Just because he didn't stop the opponent, that does not make Devin Haney less than. In fact, he did well. He only got caught with like 2 left hooks, didn't fold under pressure, didn't stop under pressure, kept it fucking moving, and won the fight impressively. Left the fight like he could have went to a photo shoot because the man was fucking barefaced. Lomachenko fight Coleman, a guy who was defenseless, looked drained, still struggled in the back end of the fucking fight after putting him down. So what does that tell you? Said Loma couldn't even stop Coleman. The man was begging to be knocked out, bro. Hold on, man. Let me get some of this water. Let's cook, man. Let's fucking cook. They want to sit here and try to tell us that Richard Coleman a better fight than fucking Jojo Diaz coming off a fucking victory over Fortuna, a guy that they said Devin Haney was scared of. He beat the guy who beat the guy that y'all said Devin Haney was scared of. But no, let's not look at that. Man got 3 L's and you giving him fucking props for that shit. The fuck out of here, dude. Nigga was literally stopped in the fight prior to last. And you want to tell me this is the motherfucking man? The fuck out of here. Hold on, man. Fuck out of here. Said Devin would have stopped that Coleman. And we know it. We know it. And they know it too. And they want to pretend like it's not. I just don't understand how a man could get so much credit for beating a guy who got stopped prior to last and has 3 L's over an undefeated champion who just beat his top contender mandatory. I just don't get it, y'all. And then I go on ESPN because we all watched that performance last night. The footage was there. We was watching it live on the air. And we said, okay, good fight, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't that spectacular. Didn't look that better than Haney or Gervonta Davis. So I even said it on my show last night. I'm super curious to hear what Mike Coppinger is going to say about that because he is the ESPN writer, right? So Mike Coppinger, after the Gervonta Davis fight, he said, after Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney failed to produce spectacular boxing results, what comes next at lightweight? He then goes on to say, Haney was forced to survive some rocky moments late in the fight and ate some unsettling amount of power left hooks. What? That's what he said about Haney and Gervonta Davis. Let's go see what he says about fucking Vasil Lomachenko. He says, Lomachenko did enough to earn a shot at George Kambosos, but will he get it? You know, you hear this shit, y'all? He says Vasil Lomachenko was on the verge of a statement win he was searching for on Saturday. The kind of forwards that keep you land. Hold on. Shout out to my brother D High, but let me go ahead and read this real quick. Vasil Lomachenko was on the verge of the statement win he was searching for Saturday. The kind of performance that could land him a shot at undisputed lightweight championship. It won't be undisputed lightweight. And Mike Coppinger, you know this. You're full of shit. But anyways, after he floored Coleman in the seventh round of the lightweight bout at New York Square Garden, or Madison Square Garden, whatever, Lomachenko didn't go right for the finish. He pled. Look at this shit. Look at this fucking soft ass, bro. He said Lomachenko didn't go right for the finish. He pleaded with his foe's corner to stop the contest. That maneuver ended up costing Lomachenko the definitive TKO win. Instead, he settled for a decision victory in which he cruised down the stretch. They didn't say he was forced to survive after getting hit with flurries of Richard Coleman's punches. They ain't say that. But shout out to my brother D Hive. How you feeling, man?
What's going on, man? Look, it's just Lomachenko was supposed to be again another Terminator. Richard Comey got knocked down and still had the courage and still had the wherewithal to actively be exchanging with Lomachenko. He didn't get on his bike.
He
He didn't
stayed right
fall
in the.
back. He stopped, planted, and exchanged with Lomachenko hook for fucking hook, like Lomachenko's punches weren't all that after getting knocked down. And another thing is that Richard Comey, with all due respect, despite having championship credentials, is another one of these dudes that when it comes down to it, he loses almost all of his step up fights. Because he fought Robert Easter Jr. for a vacant IBF, lost it. Then he won a vacant off this Isa Chenaev person who was an absolute nobody. So he's never attained a belt from a person who already had a belt, and then he has very few title defenses. He literally has one, and then he lost to Teofimo Lopez. So it's borderline another Luke Campbell situation. Another motherfucker that comes into the pros, fights nobody, loses every single step up fight, but when the right person fights that person, all of a sudden it's oh shit. He was really good. How much credit did Robert Easter Jr. get for beating undefeated Richard Coleman? How much credit did he get?
Not enough.
Right, and then how much credit Teofimo get for beating twice defeated Richard Coleman?
A lot.
He got all the motherfucking credit. Now I know these dudes are marketed because U.S. based whites really don't have anybody to root for, but the thing is that's not even true. I like Joe Smith Jr. Joe Smith Jr. is a champion at 175, and y'all ain't eating his ass like y'all eating Lomas. It don't make no sense talking about, oh, I saw on Twitter, oh, you just don't like white folks. I'm like, bro, no, there are plenty of white folks putting in legitimate work. Y'all just not paying attention to them. Like, look at Bivol. Bivol had a flawless victory and fucking smoked this dude with nothing but a jab yesterday. Everyone talking about he boring. I'm like, bro? He didn't even need to use his other hand.
You know why they turn on him? They turn on him because he's in the Canelo sweepstakes, and they know he's a legit threat. So they're like, nah, we're not gonna boost him up because if we start boosting him up, then that means eventually we're gonna have to boost him up to fight Canelo.
He ain't in no damn Canelo. He's never fighting that man. He ain't. Canelo is not about to do all of that. He's not about to go back and fight fucking Better Biv and Bivol and all that bullshit. Like he's already told y'all, that's not what he's about, and he's already put in enough work to fight whoever apparently. So people need to let go of that bullshit. But they were already setting up the Cambosa situation from the beginning. They just needed some highlight reels to justify the shit. But the truth is, no, he didn't look better. And everyone's saying Richard Coleman is better than Joseph fucking Diaz. Don't even believe that. You don't even believe that. You're just talking shit. Because Jojo Diaz, he lost against Garros Jr., but Garros Jr. is better than literally anybody fucking Richard Coleman has ever fought. And that's why Lomachenko wouldn't give him a goddamn rematch. But he beat Tevin Farmer. He beat Fortuna. Had that draw against that fucking Russian dude. But it is what it is. But he's never been stopped, never been dropped. I don't think. Barely been rocked a little bit, stunned a few times. So it's like, bro, like he already had the blueprint on how to knock out Comey, and that asking the corner stoppage, that was some weak ass shit. Like y'all think, this, look at him, he's trying to spare his life. No, that's some bitch ass shit.
Bro, look, see, you don't see the play, Beehive. So he did that. Did you remember that he had a little recent interview with Roy Jones Jr.?
Yeah, didn't Roy Jones do some shit like that before in a
Yep,
fight?
and Roy Jones did some shit like that. So they're going for if he was to do that and win by stoppage or whatever, afterwards they would have said, "Oh, look, he's like Roy Jones Jr. He's
Yeah,
like Roy Jones Jr." Because I remember that Roy Jones Jr. did the same thing. He was like, "You sure? You sure? I bet." But then after, the difference is, after the corner didn't stop it, Richard. I mean not Richard.
Roy
Motherfucking
Jones.
Roy Jones went in there and stopped the guy.
Yeah, big ass difference.
Big difference.
Richard Comey, who has been slept by one punch, seemed to have little to no concern for Lomachenko's power. Little to no concern. He was getting hit with every fucking thing. He was getting hit with jabs, hooks, body shots, everything. Got back up, finished the goddamn fight. And also, shout out to Steve fucking Willis, bro.
And to
If
be
that had been, if
the
that had been
knockdown,
any, huh?
to be honest, the knockdown wasn't like, oh, they were both standing up and he's looking at him and he came down and he just walked him down and knocked him down. Or like a George Kambosos Teofimo Lopez, he looked him right dead in his eye, hit him with a right hand, he fell over. It was on some break the clinch up and immediately throw a left hook. When
Yeah,
he's
it's
not,
what he did. It's what he did with Nakatani. When he knocked Nakatani down the first time, he had him in the clinch, held him with one hand, hit him with the other. That's pretty standard. But shout out to Steve Willis though. Y'all know damn well if that had been any other garbage, if that had been any other garbage fucking referee, they would have just stopped the fucking fight and it would have been over at the first knockdown and Lomachenko would have got his goddamn KOs. Like if Steve Willis was refereeing more David Benavidez fights, David Benavidez would have far fewer fucking knockouts. He would have far fewer knockouts. Just so y'all know. Because the people like Steve Willis, Tony Weeks, and even Thomas Taylor, they actually know when to stop a goddamn fight. All these other dudes, Russell Mora, fucking Celestino Ruiz, and Jack Reese, they'll stop fights for fucking anything. You could be on the ropes actively exchanging, and they'll stop the fucking fight.
yeah.
Okay, he did drop Easter, and he still fucking lost. That doesn't make Comey look better. That doesn't make Comey look better. That makes him look worse, actually. So, good point, I guess.
My thing is, it's like this. My whole argument is not saying that Lomachenko's a terrible fighter. We're not saying that the guy's trash. We're just saying that he is less deserving compared to the likes of Devin Haney and Javante Davis. I understood that, yes, that once upon a time he was a unified champion, but that was in the past. He lost to a guy who just recently lost. Meanwhile, the guy he forfeited his belt to, the WBC belt, the one he forfeited to, is still remaining undefeated and beating top contenders. Yes, say what you want, but Jojo Diaz is the top contender. Haney is doing what he has to do as a professional champion, which is fight the number one guy that is there for him to fight, which is Jojo Diaz. These guys are acting like Lomachenko just gets some type of pass because he beat Richard Comey and Nakatani. And then you really think about it, these are Teofimos Lopez fucking leftovers. And then you think about it, who the fuck is Teofimo Lopez? The guy who just lost. The fuck are we talking about here? And you saying he deserves the George Kambosos fight? Not Devin, not the undefeated champion that will clear out the confusion when it comes to this undisputed talk. Not that guy. Not Javante Davis, the guy that you see, you go look at the crowd, there's fucking $500 million in the first 3 rows of the fucking crowd. They don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, you know, and like you said, it's not that it's not that Lomachenko is a bad fighter. He's an excellent fighter. It's just that his propaganda, his marketing machine was always stronger than his fucking career. Because if Devin Haney and Tank had the same exact career trajectory, first same 15 fights and everything, nobody, nobody would let it go that they fucking lost in the beginning of their career, second pro fight after what, 400 amateur fights damn near, to a fucking cab driving beer thief. And they're like, oh, Salido was this, Salido was that. Bro, Salido had 12 losses. He had all types of blueprints on how to beat his ass. Lomachenko couldn't pull it off. You want to talk about fighting dirty? Bunch of people fight dirty. Bunch of people, especially people from the Ukraine, from Uzbekistan, etc. When they have a difficult time hitting you, they hold you, hit you. I mean, shit. I'm not exempting certain people. Like even Javier Fortuna and Jojo Diaz. They're some of the dirtiest fighters in fucking boxing. They're both fucking horrible. But it is what it is, bro. I mean, like,
Somebody, I'm looking at a comment on Facebook because I posted the article of Mike Hoppinger basically saying Javante Davis and Devin Haney ain't shit, never gonna be shit. And Vasil Lomachenko, they're saying he did enough to earn the George Kambosos shot. Somebody says, wait, so ESPN says that ESPN fighters should fight for all the belts, and you think it has to do more with Loma being white rather than being an employee of Top Rank?
yes, because when Crawford was in the same situation trying to get Pacquiao, or whenever Crawford was in the same situation trying to get, whatever fight he wanted, he directly attributed Bob Arum to that situation. And the Bob Arum has been on tape multiple times. Well, once that I know of, but I believe there's more than one bit of evidence where he was trying to keep Crawford away from Pacquiao. And I'm not saying that Pacquiao was an undisputed champion or anything. I'm just saying that, yes, it has significantly more to do because Crawford, people don't understand. Crawford is the one that got Top Rank to ESPN when they were fucking promotionally homeless. The only product they had to sell was Crawford. And they were eating off Crawford for a long time. And now, and Crawford hasn't been promoted. Crawford got to promote himself. But people like Lomachenko and Tyson Fury, Lomachenko barely even speaks fucking English, and he gets better promotion than Terrence fucking Crawford. And Lomachenko has failed to do what Crawford did pretty effortlessly, which is become fucking undisputed. And when he had the opportunity, he decided, well, him and this promotional company decided to go to the WBC and ask for witness protection because they didn't have the courage to be actually undisputed. So yes, it is about fucking race.
You know how you know it's about race too? Because these people, they'll say, oh man, undisputed, undisputed, undisputed. Legacy, legacy, legacy. But when it comes to undisputed and the opportunity of a black American getting that, it's always, I mean, he could fight a mandatory. Wait, hold up. You guys were in a position where you guys said, fuck mandatories. Undisputed matches should happen right away.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's different? Why is that?
Yeah. It's funny too because after Jamel Charlo went through the Magamel Charlo went through the fucking murderer's row that was 154. When Brian Castano came up, do you think that they were like, "Oh, Jamel Charlo deserves some rest. Jamel Charlo should fight Amando. Jamel Charlo should get." No, they said, "Nigga,
Jamel
get your
Charlo
ass."
should go up to 168 and fight whoever the weakest champion and chill out.
Exactly. They said, "Nigga, get your ass in there and give us that
Get your ass
undisputed
back in there.
fight."
Oh, you just had
Yeah.
a fight, a tough fight with Castano? So what? Do it again.
Exactly. But now we're like, okay, so let Devin Haney go for undisputed. Lomachenko's a bit of a better fight, even though he has the WBO version of a Reggie belt. Yeah, we think that Lomachenko should go do it, and the Haney should do
Oh
whatever.
yeah. Oh yeah, he got the Reggie belt. But you know, Reggie belts, when it comes to certain fighters holding it, it means something.
Exactly. And the thing is, these people know that Lomachenko don't deserve it. They just saw what I did and saw this bullshit coming. Now they're trying to justify it. If you had faith in what you were saying, it wouldn't need any goddamn justification. Y'all know Lomachenko don't deserve to be there for the simple fact that he doesn't have a fucking belt. Doesn't matter how it happened. When Lomachenko got the franchise championship belt for fighting fucking nobody, you sane people bitching up a storm about belts were nowhere to be found. And it's funny because now the who deserves a fight crowd is silent as fuck now that they know that Lomachenko is getting it. Because if we actually look at who deserves what, Lomachenko would honestly, if y'all had any fucking balls, y'all would say that Lomachenko should get Haney's WBC belt off him and then unify with Kambosos. Because what y'all don't know is Lomachenko is also number one for the WBC belt. Yeah. Y'all didn't know about all that shit, did you? Lomachenko is now Devin Haney's fucking mandatory. Again, but except this time it's reversed. Do you see Devin Haney trying to petition anybody for some franchise witness protection? He's probably like, bring it, motherfucker. I want Kambosos, but if I got to go through you, let's do that shit. Let's do that shit. And you know what? I'd be down for that. That'd be the only reason why I let Kambosos fight some pussy-ass dude I ain't never heard of in Australia. Let Devin Haney handle Lomachenko, and then we link up afterwards. Let that shit happen. Nah, Lomachenko talking about, I want to go for all the belts. Nigga, that's not all the belts, and you know that. You know that. Your fans know that.
And they want to sit here and try to pretend like they don't know.
It's cap, bro. Because let Devin Haney or Tank get some special fucking sanctioning body belt that's not real. They will make sure to call that shit not real. The fucking regular belt is basically an interim, and they make fun of that shit. But the franchise championship belt, I actually got into a back and forth on Twitter. These motherfuckers were literally comparing the goddamn Reggie belt to the franchise championship belt. And then we went back and forth, and I'm like, all right, so basically a Reggie belt is the same thing as a franchise belt, but except the franchise belt has significantly more political power. Got it. You're basically fucking agreeing with me. Either they're both bullshit or they're both real. It can't. It's not one or the other. Shit, the Reggie belts don't protect you from smoke,
They
bro.
pushing he's relentless. Lomachenko's relentless. He wants his belts back. That's why he don't want to fight Devin Haney. He wants his belts back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know what? I think
Haney has his belt too. I remember him fighting for that against Luke Campbell.
Yeah. And then Devin Haney was supposed to get the winner, but then all of a sudden, when that happens, the politics got to change.
Politics.
And you know what's crazy? Lomachenko doesn't even believe that he can beat Devin Haney, but his fans believe for him. You know how amazing, how amazing that looks? A bunch of fucking couch potatoes who only beat their dicks got more faith in Lomachenko than Lomachenko do himself. This is supposed to be a boxing genius, and even he knows to stay the fuck away from Devin Haney. But oh shit, Lomachenko sleeps Devin Haney. Does he really? Even after struggling with a man that's been slumped by one punch and begging the corner to stop it so he doesn't get embarrassed so he can get a stoppage victory, he still couldn't finish it. And like I said, Comey had all the confidence in the world to not even defend himself. He was just exchanging wildly because he knew he wasn't going to go nowhere. He was like, shit, if I could just stay up, everything would be all right. Exactly.
Like the brother says right here. You guys wanted Fury and AJ to happen for Undisputed. And you told Wilder to shut the fuck up, stay out the way. But when it comes to Devin Haney and George Kambosos, you want the mandatory guy to ruin the Undisputed match.
Same promoter, too. The same promoters involved, and yet we're saying that it's not about race here. It's the same exact situation, except we're swapping the colors around, and the same promoters involved, and y'all talking about it's not about race, bro. If it wasn't about race, Bob Arum would be like, "No, Lomachenko, sit your ass down so we can get this undisputed matchup." But no, this nigga don't care about boxing. He don't care about boxing. It's about shoving another. And the thing is, like, why do y'all think that Lomachenko got so popular in the U.S. so fast? Because he's white. White
And then
Americans.
they hate when we bring that up because they'll be like, why do you guys even consider that an option? Why are you saying that? Like, bro, do you understand? We live in America and we've been living in America for a very long time and we study the history of America and we understand. We understand the sport and we understand that white is right. Yes, there's a certain agenda and it's blatant. Don't act like you can't see it. And don't tell us that we're seeing things. I'm pulling
Bro.
up two articles of Mike Coppinger, same writer, shitting on the black fighters who deserve the fight,
Yeah,
but
bro.
praise Lomachenko, a guy who doesn't deserve the fight. And you guys know in your heart, you know for a fact that Lomachenko does not deserve this fight over Devin Haney, despite if you hate everything about Devin Haney. Rules are rules here, mate. This is undisputed, right? Why ruin that?
And it's funny too because like one of the most epic parts of white boxing history is seeing Joe Smith Jr. knock out a 50-year-old, a 56-year-old Bernard Hopkins that said, "I'll never lose to a white boy." Y'all give motherfuckers like Triple G and Lomachenko more respect than Joe Smith Jr., even though Joe Smith Jr. did that. And then some people over here calling Lomachenko the nigga slayer. Why? Because he beat three lost Comey? Because he beat fucking Walters? Because he barely beat Gary Russell
Russell.
Jr. and didn't want to give him a rematch? Dude, Walters, where the fuck is Walters today? That man got one win over Donaire, lost to Lomachenko, and what did he kill himself? Where the fuck is Nicholas Walters
And
right
like I
now?
said earlier in the show, I said, man, there's some things about that Lomachenko fight, but I don't want to put my tinfoil kufi on because they're going to get upset. They're going to
Which
get really
one?
upset because it's the truth, man. It's like when you're signed to top rank, they always make sure that their fighters are in a predicament where they have a 90% chance of winning,
Especially if it's a cross promotion.
especially if
Especially if it's a cross promotion. If Top
and
Rank is
and
cross
if
promoting
if
with
it let's just be real. Let's just look at history. When it comes to scandals and cheating in boxing, what promotion is the fight usually under?
always involved with Top Rank. Always.
Always Top Rank. The Fox versus Maestro was probably the only time it wasn't against Top Rank.
Yeah, that was just some WBA slash Minnesota Armory bullshit because the Armory want to make themselves a boxing hub.
I see it though. They are though. I'm getting emails right now saying, "Hey, are you going to Morel next week?" I'm like, "I bet I'll be there."
Yeah, but it's just it's absolute craziness. And what's crazy, and what's crazy is that, like I said, motherfuckers like that'll get much more credit than actual dudes here. The actual dudes here have been putting in work. Like I said, Joe Smith Jr., fucking Bivol, they call him boring. And the funny thing is that having met like a lot of people from Russia, Ukraine, etc., it's hilarious because like they don't like y'all. Like, which I don't understand. Lomachenko, Ukrainians, they look at like Caucasian Americans as weak and petty and annoying. Like they don't fuck with y'all at all. Like so, like at least Canelo, he probably fucks with Mexican Americans, etc. But Lomachenko and his people, they don't fucking like y'all. They like they don't like y'all. They don't like y'all at all. They think you're weak, petty, and small. The only reason why they give you any respect is because they're getting paper. Outside of that, they wouldn't fuck with y'all. They wouldn't fuck with y'all at all.
And they don't understand this. They don't understand this.
Yeah, why do you think Lomachenko doesn't do media tours talking about good old American shit? Why do you think Usyk and them are so quiet? They don't fuck with y'all. They don't like the UK. They don't like the US. They don't fuck with y'all at
And
all.
they don't. And then they claim it's not racism and it's not racially involved or whatever. But here they are having a documentary about Eastern Europeans, and they have a known racist, Paolo Malignaggi, fucking being the spokesperson for it. Why is that?
Yeah. And also, can anybody tell me why Lomachenko was entitled to a title shot off of a loss? I'm still waiting on that one. Can anybody enlighten me? Why the fuck was Lomachenko, of all the fighters in boxing, entitled to a title shot right after a fucking loss? I'm still trying to wrap my head. Can anybody help me out?
I don't know. You tell me.
Anybody in the chat? Why was Lomachenko specific? Because I know when Devin Haney lose, he's not going to be able to get a title shot immediately. They're going to make him fight 10 killers in a row and probably keep him away from a belt for a long time. So I'm just trying to figure it out. What's up, K-Rod?
Hey, what is up, guys? How are you?
Well, yourself?
Man, last night was crazy. I was absolutely like devastated.
What, that Lomachenko won?
Yeah, like I was thinking Richard Comey was gonna beat the crap out of him. But
Oh,
yeah. But no, but I have like mad respect for Richard Comey, man, because even though he's not, like the best fighter out there, but I thought, like, to me, like deep down, I thought Richard had like, the tools to give some problems to Lomachenko.
yeah, man. And apparently he didn't really respect Lomachenko's power too much because he sure as hell kept exchanging with him.
Yeah, so like, what does that tell you about Lomachenko's power at 135? Like, it's not really there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's got some power, but again, it's accumulation punching. But like I said, if it was any other ref other than Steve Willis, they would have stopped the fight and gave Lomachenko the knockout. They would have just stopped the fucking fight.
Yeah.
After the first knockdown, he would have got up. They would have just waved it off. Oh, you don't look too good. Wave off. It's like I can't stand that, bro. Like you're turning the shit into MMA. Like I know MMA, they have a few more protective measures, but this is boxing, and you can change the course. You can change the course of someone's career permanently by giving them a loss. In MMA, there's only one fucking belt per division. And so you're guaranteed if you keep winning to get your shot again. In boxing, there's so many fucking politics. If you take someone out of a position, they may never get to that position again.
Did that dude Usman lose?
No, Usman won.
Oh, he won?
Yeah, he beat Covington in the rematch.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't he got an
L?
He has like one early in his career from like a submission.
And he still bounced back.
Yeah,
that's what always happens in the UFC. Like Covington took a L. Like fucking Jorge Masvidal still gets title shots and took a bunch of L's, but that's only because albeit it's because they have a smaller roster, but because there's one belt per championship, niggas got to constantly weed each other out. Whereas in boxing, there's a bunch of different belts and there's a bunch of politics. So if you take one person out of position and give them an L or even a draw, you're altering their career for fucking could be permanently.
Yeah, could I also add in on that?
Go ahead.
Yeah, if you compare it to the NBA, every NBA team has a chance to be good leading up to the finals and the playoffs. So, I'll just use like the Milwaukee Bucks as a great example. At one point, they were absolutely trash, but as the years went on, you saw Giannis, Antetokounmpo, and then you saw Chris Middleton. You saw all those guys come up because they were getting into the mix by getting better to as a team. And as soon as they got to that level of winning a world title, that's when their skills started to mesh a lot better because they were constantly facing better competition. And in boxing, like you said, D-Hive, boxers are not constantly going through that hard road to be back up to the top because it's just they're basically ducking and dodging and using whatever political tools to get away with their political campaign to get back into world championship status.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I also wanted to talk about the other fights. I wanted to talk about Xander Sayas from last night. I was not impressed of his performance. I thought the opponent that he fought was a cherry pick, and knowing that it's his third fight at 154, he should not be fighting guys like that anymore. Xander, he is a good fighter, but like I said before, I don't think he's going to last long at the top at 154 or whatever weight division he bloats up to, because if he continues to fight low-level opposition like that, he's going to get knocked the fuck out.
Well, I wouldn't call it a cherry because he's still so new, but I'll admit the guy he was in there with, who they flew from fucking Italy, Not the greatest at this time, but PBC has so much control. PBC has unilateral control over 154, so Top Rank don't have really much smoke for him. So I'm not gonna fault him on that. Xander Zayas does look good. He definitely looked good against Carpensi. The Carpensi family is a fighting family, so he stopped that guy. Well, he made him quit really, but I mean he looks decent, but it's nothing that I haven't seen before. And we know how Top Rank is. They market everyone super good. Gonna be the next this, gonna be the next that, and then they trying to lose to someone they're not supposed to.
Yeah,
Like
and
so,
the only tough guy that I really saw out of Xander's campaign at 154 was that Luis Sanchez guy. And I was
mm,
thinking, okay, well, you don't like pressure when pressure comes back to you. So maybe you should fight guys that are natured in that style to give you more problems. So that way you can, sharpen those tools up more. And I was at one point, I believe I was talking to Kana Loco about it, but like at one point in time, I wanted to see Xander fight guys like, Carlos Ocampo, Raul Curiel, and I was like slightly thinking Charles Conwell, but that's obviously like a bad style matchup right now.
hell no, you shouldn't be fighting no damn Charles
No,
Conwell.
no, no.
Fuck no,
but,
oh my god.
but why not put him in there with some, undefeated 14-0, 15-0 type of guys? That's gonna give him some punch resistance back, right?
Well, they don't have anybody like that over at Top Rank right now. But I was just gonna say that his chin really hasn't been legitimately tested because he
No,
hasn't faced a puncher. Someone like Charles Conwell will give him a serious setback, like serious. Charles Conwell can't punch.
I mean, shit. Even Carlos Ocampo, he can punch too, but
Not like Charles Conwell, bro.
oh yeah,
Not
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, true.
that. Come on, man. Charles Conwell. Charles Conwell, aside from fucking Jermel Charlo, might be the hardest hitting 154 right now. Or maybe like Joey Spencer.
Yeah, yeah. I think Charles Conwell, he is a killer at 154. I was also thinking Joey Spencer would be a good test too,
Yeah, that'd be an
because like
excellent test.
yeah, because I was thinking like if he could go through Joey Spencer and then let's just say he fights maybe a guy like Jamonte Clark in the future, like
Mm,
I think that's a good tough fights like fighting schedule
I
for
agree.
yeah. But I just don't want to see Xander be moved really bad. I want to see Xander be at the top, but he needs to get the fuck out of top rank. To get that like big. Like
You see
those
how they
big
putting
names.
what's his name all on Tank's undercard and shit. What's that guy name? Fandora, yeah.
Yeah, Fundora. Yeah, Fundora looks shit, man. I don't
He
even.
looks shit compared to fucking Zayas Xander. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Well,
Um,
albeit, I mean, I don't mean to defend Fundora here, but Fundora just fought a guy who was like 31, who was like 30-0, 31-0. Xander Zayas is fighting niggas imported from Italy who are like 9-1 and shit. Like, so, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense that Fundora will struggle a little bit more.
yeah, but Sergio Garcia, he's not even like a big name. He's like basically like a journeyman. From like Europe.
No, he's
Okay,
not a
I
he's not
understand
a
your
journeyman. He has no
I understand
L's.
your argument, D Hive. Um, I really haven't seen too much on Xander's eyes, but from what I do see against those guys, he is putting it on them. But I like his style. Stylistic, he's very good. I think he has something for Fandora. I would like to
He's
see that fight.
he's the type of Xander's Ice is the type of nigga to just run into something the way he goes. I mean, he lots of forward pressure, but he keeps his hands down because he knows. He keeps his hands down more often than usual because he knows he's not fighting punchers, and he knows he's not fighting someone with good counter punching ability. Because
Yeah,
once he's stalking someone, and then they just stop and plant at the wrong time and launch something, it's gonna be like Rosado versus Melikuziev. Because that's all that happened. Melikuziev was stalking him. Rosado was walking backwards. He just stopped, planted, let one off, and then took Melicuziev's head off.
I mean, shit. Look at Edgar Berlanga. It's pretty much like the same, principle. It's just that.
Hey, D Hive, go look at the welterweight IBF mandatory.
Oh, I know his boots.
Yeah, Duran Ennis.
I know his boots.
Yo.
If they mandate that shit, dude, I'm gonna be making a whole fucking video on that.
They're not. They if they try to Errol Spence, I'm sorry. I know I don't say this often, but Errol Spence deserves some goddamn rest. This
Yeah,
man
he's
is match. This man is match tough as fuck
But you
after
see,
rehab and shit.
they're gonna say things like, "Oh yeah, man, you should never said you didn't want to tune up." Yeah, they're gonna try to use that
Doing
against him, bro. Big, I thought you said you were a big sharp dude. What
Yeah,
happened to that, man?
yeah, but
Bud fans are gonna be like, yeah, fight your mandatory.
Yeah, fight your mandatory.
Fight your
Exactly.
mandatory. You don't
they want
deserve Crawford.
they want EJ to lose so bad so that way Terrence Crawford can go for undisputed easier.
And shit, if EJ lose to Boots, I mean, I'm sorry, but Terrence Crawford, I mean,
Terrence Crawford still loses to Boots.
I was like, don't get it twisted, but if EJ loses to Boots, I'm not giving Terrence Crawford that much of, better fucking chance. Like,
No,
shit.
but it's
Especially,
just
especially if Boots does some crazy shit like stop EJ. Oh, Terrence Crawford, bro. Shit, nigga. Crawford probably re-sign with Top Rank if that shit happened.
dude.
Say
But
you
it's
couldn't
just
give me
like
the Earl Spence fight, so I'm gonna just go ahead and fuck with the white man that's wearing bulletproof vest and do live.
Right.
yeah. But the problem is that Jaron Ennis is literally like the bad scientific experiment of Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. So it's like think about it. If you have a like a three-way firefight coming to your neighborhood, and the first gang on the left starts shooting at the second gang on the right, and then the third gang from the other two sides could either go in or just wait for the two like groups to fight it out. At what point do you go in at the right time to take out your dangerous opposition?
I don't know. It's like,
Dude, the welterweight division is just burning right now.
if the WBA hadn't gotten involved, like the same people who are bitching about undisputed need to be pressuring the WBA to stop stopping undisputed. Let everybody unify and then shove Stanionis and Butayev ass up, shove them up someone's ass, or yeah, like wait until it's all said and done, then wait until the undisputed vacates, and then both of you niggas can fight Boots for some vacants, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, why not have Bute fight Stanionis and then Ugas fight Spence and then the winner fights Crawford?
Yeah. Or they can just wait until everything's unified, and then when everybody vacates, y'all can all squabble for some vacants like some bitches. Like that's what they should have done. But if anything, if they wanted to do something, they should have just put both of those motherfuckers on Boots, and to have Boots boost up his WBA ranking some, so maybe he can get a Mando shot at a WBA title. Shit.
Yeah.
Shit, Boots is so young. He has almost 30 fights. Boots would be the type of nigga to fight Stanionis, Bute, Virgil Ortiz Jr. in that order and be all right.
I mean, Jaron Ennis is pretty much like, I don't even want to say this, but he's basically doing what Canelo Alvarez doesn't or didn't want to do back in his, heyday. So, like, basically, like, Jaron Ennis is like, he wants to fight everybody and be undisputed in like multiple weight divisions. Like, I like that out of him. So,
And it was funny because during the interview with Blue Blood, Jaron Ennis was talking. He wasn't talking shit, but he was talking about Terrence Crawford, and he was like, "Honestly, I feel like Terrence Crawford just like fights orthodox for a little bit and then just turns southpaw. I can actually fight both ways. I can decide to go orthodox or southpaw. I can choose for a little bit of the fight, or a lot of the fight, or the entire fight. I feel like Terrence Crawford is a southpaw. He just goes orthodox for a little bit and then just end up turning southpaw for the rest of the fight. So I don't even know why he does that. I was like, oh shit, he talking shit." Jaron Wick is talking shit.
Yeah, and it's like Boots, he's so, I want to say he's a natural orthodox, but when he is fighting southpaw, it's like it doesn't even matter because he's so naturally gifted to the point where he could easily just switch it up on you and whoop you at the same time. It's like he doesn't need to take time to collect data from you. He just knows how to break you down while the fight is going on. Even like even if you think you're going to land a big shot on him, no, like Jaron Ennis reads you faster than most fighters can't even get to that level.
And the worst part is that when Jaron Ennis is pressing the offense, one thing that I've noticed about all his fights, the corners of his opponents, even Joe Goosen, have like no fucking advice. They're just like, oh, you all right? You need some water? Okay, just keep applying pressure and keep your head off the line. Like, nigga, you getting your ass whooped. Okay, just it is not going right. It's going left.
You noticed that too, huh, D Hive, against
Hell yeah,
in the Lipinets fight, because I was like, oh man, I don't even know what can you tell this nigga? Don't
they
die.
have no. There's no instructions. Just try not to get killed. Try not to die.
Yeah,
And then
and
they're
it's
like,
just
oh, go ahead.
no. Like I was just gonna add in to say it's really sad that Jaron Ennis is not getting all the tougher end opposition yet because he's in like the same boat as Errol Spence, where he was whooping everybody at 147, and then the minute he got his shot to fight Kell Brook, it was like, oh wow, this guy is really dangerous, blah blah blah, and then everybody wanted EJ to just fight all these tough opponents, and then the minute when EJ says he wants undisputed at 147, it's like everybody's just keeping EJ away from all the tough opposition that they know EJ is gonna win, like Terrence Crawford.
All the politics got to change. Oh, it's time for WBA consolidation. Oh, Bob Arum is shitting himself and can't make fights. Oh, Terrence Crawford went the WBO route. Oh, I'm like, okay, so whenever a nigga was trying to get something, all of a sudden everything got to switch up. We need to change politics. The money's not right. The timing's not right. Blah 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 blah. And then speaking of Boots, they're giving Boots the Devin Haney treatment. Lipinets lands 2 clean punches, one of which Boots rolled with, and all of a sudden, Boots get hit too much. Okay, so it should be easy to beat him then. If he gets hit a lot, these should be some easy ass people to beat. So what the fuck?
Yeah, but on
That's what
top
I
of
say.
but on top of that, it's just really sad that Jaron Ennis, he has to talk talk like as if he's cocky to think that he could beat everyone, but it's like he wants to test himself to the highest level to be that man to beat everyone. But it's like if you guys have so much disdain for Errol Spence for wanting to get his just due to be undisputed, then what the fuck you guys are going to do when Jaron Ennis takes over his spot? You guys are going to do the same exact thing when Jaron Ennis becomes shit. When Boots becomes a champion, everyone's going to prevent Boots from fighting Virgil Ortiz or anybody else that's going to get a title, and it's just going to be a same, domino effect of keeping the black, dangerous, murderous fighter away from all the other hopeless fighters that could possibly get a belt at 147.
You know what's so fucking weird? Quadratilo was already the number 1 for the IBF, and he had to fight a title eliminator. Virgil Ortiz Jr. is number 1 for the WBO, and Geronimo is number 2. They ain't squabbing. Virgil Ortiz Jr. just ducked Avanesian, and he's the number 1 for the WBC, and Avanesian is number 2. They ain't squabbing. Stanionis is the number 1 for the WBA, underneath Butayev, who's the regular, and Virgil Ortiz is number 2. They ain't squabbing. So, there's a lot of just inconsistencies in boxing right now. Like the number 1s apparently get title eliminated from the IBF, but the other ones ain't. And Virgil Ortiz Jr. already ducked his for the WBC, so it's like, what the fuck? And then Spence and Virgil Ortiz Jr. supposedly got fights coming up next year. If it's each other, then I'm like, how you get the shot without title eliminator?
Man,
Yeah.
what do y'all think about Davis, man? Keyshawn Davis, man.
Yeah, he's a beast, but he needs to probably stay away from Top Rank.
Nah, let him go ahead and develop a little bit, get to like 15-0, and then 10-0, 15-0, then be out. Just his little first contract. But no, he looks good. Active jab. One thing I like is that he doesn't smother his punches and he goes to the body often. I always say that if you're not going to be a fucking a one punch eraser like Deontay Wilder or Tank, you need to go to the body often to sort of debilitate your opponent over time and get him out by accumulation. Because if you know you can't, if you know you can deliver a shot to somebody's jaw and put them out, then you need to be able to get stoppages that way. Especially if you're dealing with power punches and you need to get them off you, and your jab or your hooks don't have enough power on them. Definitely go to the body. And I like how Keyshawn Davis already knows that early.
Yeah, Keyshawn Davis, he is a very intelligent fighter, and I like how he's training with Bomac and Crawford and them, and his skill level has developed a lot faster over the course of time.
Like I say, that's why he signed with Top Rank, because Crawford probably over there talking big shit about it. Oh yeah, man, at Top Rank, you can get all kinds of bread for fighting whoever. So yeah, Bob take good care of you. That's why they like Crawford.
Yeah, I just don't want to see Keyshawn get caught into like a trap where he.
They'll give him a 360 deal, man. Where I feel like they'll do something like this where they'll be like, they'll give him fights, but it won't be the money that he thinks he deserves, right? And then he's gonna think about branching off, and they're gonna be like, we'll just throw you a different type of deal. And that's when they start offering that 3 mil, 2 million per fight. But it's gonna be like one of those long-term contracts where you owe me fucking 10 fights. You know what I'm saying? Or 6 fights, but I get to determine the time frame of the fights. I wouldn't be surprised if it's something like that. These contracts be so fucking detailed, you'll never really know like what you're getting yourself into, because they'll disguise all the bullshit with a high number and an opportunity to fight whoever you think you're going to fight. They're not going to promise it to you. They're just going to give you the idea that you could fight this guy.
To be honest, I hope they do to him what they're trying to do to Shakur, because, whenever you get out of line with Bob always threatened to match you tough. And the thing is, if you're not the goods, if you're somebody like Teofimo Lopez who knows you're not it, then that's a threat. That's a bad thing. But Shakur Stevenson is in a position to shine, because do you know what would happen if Shakur Stevenson was mandated to fight Loma at 135? Shakur would get on his ass, and then he would be able to leave Top Rank with one of the biggest dubs in boxing right now, and have all kinds of access to boxing. And so hopefully Keyshawn Davis ends up in that situation where when he tries to leave, they fights that he wouldn't have had access to if he was a good boy. They try to match him tough. All these undefeated Eastern Europeans or fucking Cubans, whoever they got for him. And then when Keyshawn Davis run through them and whoop their ass, he can leave Top Rank on a fucking high horse, knowing he's that guy, and then have access to all kinds of markets and all kinds of fighters. I hope Bob gives him that treatment, because when you are the goods, that's a good thing. But when you know you ain't shit, you cry and run home back to the fucking farm.
Nigga, Bob is so fucking dumb. Like, he's smart but dumb. Because you got a gold mine of great black talent. You can literally put your whole soul focus on these guys and make them like pure opposition for Al Heyman. You could be like, Al Heyman, I see you got your quote unquote black stable, but here I have a group of my black stable, and I'm making these guys look like they're bigger than fucking life. Imagine having Bud, Keyshawn Davis, Shakur Stevenson, and you just promoting the hell out of them and giving them the fights that they deserve, so you can say, hey, look at their reputation as well. Like, what? That is a no-brainer.
Yeah,
But Bob don't think like that. He'd rather have fucking giant coke ogre Tyson Fury sing for him, and fucking Lomachenko barely fucking get this guy Comey out of here. And think that's a fucking win. That's not a win, dumbass.
That's a win,
you can have Shakur Stevenson, Bud, and Keyshawn Davis as the star players right now, and saying that these guys are better than Haney, Tank, and fucking Spence and
And
Wilder, whatever.
and it's funny as fuck because people were riding Bud talking about, oh, Sean Porter already had 3 losses, blah blah blah, so therefore he doesn't deserve a P for P spot. Nigga, so did Comey. What are we talking about? And Sean Porter actually has better fucking championship credentials and a far better resume. Sean Porter, low key, was a goddamn P for P fighter that just never got his respect because he always fought tough competition. Fucking Richard Comey fought people and lost to people y'all don't think highly of now. So what the fuck are we talking about?
Sean Porter is a top welterweight, and like most, like resume status, like record books. If you kind of think about it, like Sean Porter fought everybody at the top, so therefore, every opponent that Sean Porter has lost to, he's that top level guy. Versus, like, compared to Crawford, like Crawford's not on that level. Sean Porter's been at that level.
Exactly. Extreme levels of competition. Richard Comey been losing to motherfuckers y'all don't think highly of today. Motherfuckers today. Kell Brook, still fighting. Earl Spence Jr., champion. Unify, still fighting. Fucking Terrence Crawford, champion, fighting. Ugas. I mean, no, he beat Ugas. Fucking but yeah, I think those are Kell Brook, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. Where the fuck did the other L come from? I forgot.
Also, don't forget, like, Kell Brook was supposed to be the biggest steal out of that division, because if he wasn't injured from the Triple G fight and Errol Spence fight, he would have probably been like the top welterweight out of the entire division. I'm not
Bro, he was at a certain point. He
was.
Fucking Eddie Hearn is such a fool. Like, dude, you had the best welterweight, and you could have continued to have the best welterweight.
He had him go up to 160.
Fucking middleweight.
Yeah, dumbass. Trying to get that bread. Fucking greedy ass nigga fucked this shit up.
Yeah, Kell Brook definitely risked that career for him, because I didn't understand why he would want to go fight Triple G, knowing that Triple G didn't offer nothing but just, like a huge risk, if not, bigger loss, because, if he had just stayed at 147 the entire time, it would have been a lot better for him to at least have, lost to Errol Spence first. And then let's just say if he comes back and then he dominates Terrence Crawford or whoever, Kell Brook would have been like the most dangerous top welterweight out of that entire welterweight timeline.
Man, but you know what? One thing I don't like is how they try to like stop black fighters from getting the opportunities that they deserve. Do you guys feel like they don't want another Floyd Mayweather? Is that the reason why they're doing something like this?
Yeah.
Is that clear?
If you really think about it, like take a look at the NFL, take a look at the NBA, take a look at the fucking MLB. I'll use that. 9 times out of 10, black athletes dominate those type of sports. Only exception would probably be baseball and hockey, where you probably have like some white and Hispanics doing good. But for those major sports, everybody knows who those faces of those sports are. But for boxing, we all know who the faces are, and it's mainly black American athletes, if not just black people in general. So, from the racist, establishment, perspective, they don't want to see another Floyd Mayweather or another Joe Louis or another Jack Johnson. They don't want to see those guys come back. They just want to use them as historical, remembrance tools, and then leave it at that. Because if they do come back, black people would just be dominating everybody to the point where everybody would just be like, nah, man, this is too boring, man. Like, we want to see white people or, Hispanic people.
We mix it up a little bit,
Yeah.
So, and go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like, I was just going to finalize to say, they just don't want to see black athletes do well to the point where they know that they could beat the living crap out of most of these hopeless fighters. So they rather hold them back to the point where the hopeless fighters get their shine. And then when it's time for them to beat the living crap out of them, they just go on this, crazy political train to say, well, you need to fight this other black fighter. You need to fight that other black guy. But never go after this white fighter or this other hopeless fighter. And then, like we already know that you're better than them, but, like we just want you to go through all this tough, dangerous competition and then basically wear yourself out until you get beat.
And then the worst part is, even once they go through all this competition, niggas wouldn't get any credit. Boots could go on a tear right now, beat up Stanionis, Butayev, fucking Quadratilo, and everybody else. And what they would say, oh, well, they weren't champions. They were undefeated and touted real big, but they weren't champions to nobody. But if Boots take an L, oh my God, we've slain the mighty Boots. Oh, like what the fuck is that, bro? These niggas, like Stanionis is good enough to deserve a fucking title shot at Ugas right now. But if he took an L before getting to Ugas, it would be, oh, well, he was just a fucking prospect. Nah, motherfucker, he was one of those fast track goddamn Olympians who y'all thought was gonna take over the game, and it turns out he wasn't shit.
Also, let me just debunk the stupid argument that a lot of people say, like, if you go through the amateurs, you're better in the pros. That's not fucking true. If you go through the amateurs, you're setting back your professional career 9 times out of 10 because you have not adapted enough to the pro game where your style is good enough to handle the high level, dangerous, talented opposition. Because if that were to be true, why was Lomachenko coming into the game so late and he gets his ass whipped by Orlando Salido in his second professional bout, and then he barely won against Gary Russell, a guy who obviously said, he was weight trained coming into that fight, but still, he didn't have the balls to give Gary Russell a rematch. And then for some weird reason, the WBO wants to break their rules to give Lomachenko that extra shot to fight Gary Russell and become a champion. And no one doesn't say like a fucking word. Like, I just don't understand why people think that fighters with amateur experience means that they're good, but there's been plenty of fighters in the sport of boxing that had zero amateur experience, and they've whipped the living shit out of guys with the most amateur background.
But keep in mind, Clarissa Shields has the exact same credentials as Lomachenko, and she ain't getting her ass eaten every day. They talk about who could whoop her ass, and she ain't never lost.
Yep.
In boxing. But it is what it is, man. I don't really care because
Can y'all hear me?
yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. I love the fact that we got our own platform to keep on talking this boxing shit because I'm always gonna counter that shit. And they hate it. They hate it, but bro, if you listen to old media all day, every day, you would think that Lomachenko was the best fighter in the world. Tyson Fury is the greatest heavyweight since Muhammad Ali. I'm here to say fuck all that shit, man. We gonna keep it 100. We gonna keep it 100 every damn time. Shout out to the brother Alan Young. How you feeling, man?
What's going on, family?
Shit,
Man,
I'm
I'm
feeling
feeling
good,
great.
man.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. Shit, man. That fight, Loma's fight, it was okay. It was good. Like I said, I ain't never gonna take away from Loma as a good fighter, but Tank will beat shit down his leg, man. And I want to see it, bro. I'm tired of these Lomachenko dick suckers all on my timeline. Loma's the best at 135. He'll do this, he'll do that. This nigga lost to a fucking Uber driver. I told my dad that shit. He was like, "Really?" He started laughing. He laughed his ass off when I told him that shit. And it's just like, man,
Like Pops, no cap. He
I
lost
just
to a
want to
real
see.
Uber driver.
Yeah, I didn't even tell him like he stole beers or nothing. I'm gonna tell him that. I'm gonna tell him that when I see him. I'm at work right now, so I just had to get the cooking with the family. So I I just want to see these fights, man. I want to see. Oh, did they even mention Devin in that telecast yesterday? I think they mentioned him for like a few seconds.
Dude, they got Devin Haney, the champion, fucking under non-champions.
Yeah, I don't understand why they ranked him at number 5. Like what the fuck?
Don't make no sense. They even got Tank over Devin, which don't make no sense.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
it's
say,
like Devin
why they
has.
got him?
Y'all see my list on Twitter?
Now let me go slip this real quick.
My list, I got I said Devin Haney is number one, Javante Davis is number two, George Kambosos is number three,
Yep.
Tio Lopez is number four, Loma is number
Yep.
five, Jojo Diaz is number six, number seven is Fortuna, number eight is Isaac Cruz, number nine is Ryan Garcia, and number 10 is Richard Coleman.
Yeah, I think that's a good list.
That's my fucking list. And
Yeah,
people are replying,
that is
Loma's
the
number
list.
one. Loma's number one. But I think they're bots.
Yeah, they're idiots. Or
Lomachenko
they're
dick
just dick
riders.
riders.
So Lomachenko gets to be the number one in the division with a Reggie. Ain't that a bitch?
A Reggie
Fucking-
and 2 losses.
Fucking intercontinental. You know, by this logic, Sean Porter should have been pound for pound. Still got 2 L's, no bells. Sean Porter should have been pound for pound. If we're really talking to him, because he lost 2 people that were on the pound for pound list.
He got better resumes than dudes on the Papa list.
Shit, Sean Porter's going into the Hall of Fame, right? So therefore, he should be a pound for pound fighter.
Niggas is telling me Sean Porter isn't going to the Hall of Fame. How the fuck is he not?
He fought
because-
everybody. Danny Garcia is going to the Hall of Fame.
I feel like
That-
if you don't lose in your second pro fight, you should go to the Hall of Fame.
So, if you don't lose to if you're still an Uber driver, then your Hall of Fame probably.
And I know Top Rank was probably
Off the
like, yo,
rip.
what the fuck?
But he's white.
Why did this
If
guy-
he
we
was
just
Puerto
hired-
Rican
we
or
just-
Cuban, they would have kicked his ass out.
We just signed this guy. He loses on his second pro fight. They probably fired the matchmaker too.
It's just funny because the only time people do any legitimate boxing research into a pound for pound list is when there's more than one black person on it, and when that black person is in the top 5. Motherfuckers, like, please, motherfuckers do not know who the fuck Kazuta Ioka is and who he been fighting. Y'all know, like, I know who he is because I'm
I
a
don't
boxing
know.
head.
I don't know
Yeah.
who the fuck that is.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know that Toyoka guy, that Japanese dude.
I know who he is because I'm a fucking boxing head, and little Japanese boxing is kind of funny to me. But y'all niggas know that your average fucking layman that's currently sucking Lomachenko dick right now, they have no fucking idea who he is. They have to Google who he is. But y'all gonna question Terrence Crawford and Errol Spencer's spots on the pound for pound list, but Kazuta Ioka, Lomachenko, and Estrada deserve places? Man, fuck that.
You got
Estrada don't even have a legitimate fucking belt right now. He's a franchise
You
fucking
got-
champion. The real WBC is vacant down there.
Yeah, and you got niggas always questioning, why is Earl Spence so high on the pound for pound list? Nigga, get the fuck out of here. Ain't nobody had a run like Earl. Ain't nobody trying to fight champion after champion, top name after top name. These dudes, your favorite fighters ain't doing that shit. Get the fuck out of here. Motherfucking
Yeah. Estrada is a single belt champ.
Loma,
But remember, they hate
Lomachenko,
single belt champs.
Lomo wasn't.
I don't get it, man. First, they hate you if you got no belt. They hate you if you got a belt. They hate you if you got one belt. Like, goddamn.
It just
But they
depends
love the
on the
franchise
color.
belt.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on the
You know
color
what
at
it
the
is,
time.
family? Y'all know what it is? Y'all know what it is?
What is it?
A nigga must have been long dicking they bitch constantly for weeks, not for years. And they finally got like some power, and then they're like, nah, man, you can't get these niggas on top. I remember one fuck my girl.
Well, look
You
at
couldn't do nothing about
Malinaji.
that shit.
Look at Malinaji and Broner. Broner literally clapped his bitch cheeks, brought her to the fight, and then beat Malinaji at. You can't get over some shit like that. That's crazy.
Hey man,
Hey,
don't
that's
talk about my
wild.
side piece. Don't talk about my side piece.
He was like, nah,
Hey,
you
that's
talking about marrying that bitch, nigga. Talking about the side piece. No, nigga. Nah, that was your girlfriend. You were talking about proposing and shit. Nah, don't try to hide it now. That shit was embarrassing, bro. I don't know. I'm surprised Paul Maldonado didn't kill himself, to be honest. That shit was fucked up. And then you go in there and lose the fucking fight. Oh my god.
He's lucky Twitter wasn't big popping like when it comes to boxing around that time. Boy, it'd have been his ass. We'd have got on his ass every
Yeah, they
chance
would
we
have been on his
got.
ass.
That's just horrible.
And then he got
No,
his
not
ass.
even.
That's why he about to do this East European fucking documentary. What a
It's
You
bitch.
know he
it's
was.
funny because they're
He was.
even
You know he
protecting
was
the
hard
Eastern.
than that.
Huh?
I was just saying. I was just saying. You know he was hard when he was narrating that.
Yeah,
Yeah, hell
it's
yeah.
like they fucking. And the thing is, they even protect these fucking Eastern Europe motherfuckers from people. They don't want Triple G to fight Andre Charlo. They don't want Lomachenko to fight Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson. They Quadratito just got his ass whooped. Fucking, I don't imagine they'd want Janabek to really fight Charlo or Munguia or some shit. Bivol apparently don't want to fight fucking Zerto. Bivol and Better Biev don't want to fight each other. So it's like, what the fuck are we talking about? Are these niggas the best for real?
Man, you know what I want to see next week though? Better be versus
Brooks Brown.
Brown. Yeah. Dude, isn't the Fox fight next week, right?
I believe it's the 18th. So yeah,
I keep on forgetting, man. I hope I'm gonna show up. I gotta show up to that fight because you said it's gonna be a banger.
I just said that Alante is gonna get blasted.
You think he gonna get blasted?
Yeah, yeah. I don't think that shit gonna go to distance.
Who's his trainer?
Morel is the goods.
Alante Fox?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know.
Is he training out here with I haven't seen him train with the boys out here in Minnesota.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck trained him.
But I'm gonna
But
be there.
no,
Most definitely.
yeah. It's not gonna be a good situation for Alante. I wish him all the best though.
And that's all you could do, brother.
Yeah, I wish him all the
Man, Morel
best,
is the
but
goods, man.
it's not gonna go his way, unfortunately. Morel's
But he's
crazy.
fighting Morel, right? Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a bad situation. So hopefully he's getting paid good. Hopefully he's getting that good money for it, and getting some good press because it's about to go very left.
He's about to go left.
Yeah,
Where's the
it's not
fighter?
gonna be good. The Armory, right?
Yep, right here in Minnesota. Good
Yeah.
old Minnesota, man. Look, I don't know why. That's just so random. It's becoming like a little fight hub out here. I'm pretty sure we're about to get some more fights out here too next year.
Hopefully we don't get no more robberies out there. Shit, it's
I know. I didn't even
setting
hear about no
motherfuckers
damn
up.
Minnesota commission.
The
What the fuck?
commission just waved it off. They were like, everything looks good.
Yeah. You seen anything? I didn't see anything.
Yeah, exactly. They were like, oh no, this is the scores. The conclusion that was reached was perfectly in line and sequential with the events of the fight. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna disprove. We're gonna disband the investigation and go ahead and maintain the current verdict. Like, what the fuck? Not only did this motherfucker get knocked down, but you can't even really find rounds that he actually won.
It wasn't even like no
Drew Titan
bullshit
said
where
it.
it's ooh, okay. It
Drew
wouldn't even
Titan
know
said that.
fucking Chavez. It wouldn't even know Chavez fucking Pernell Whitaker. It was just a straight ass whooping. And then he dropped him in like the first couple rounds.
Yeah, it was a shutout. What you saying about Drew Titan, Alan?
Oh, Drew Titan was saying that these motherfucking commissioners, all they do is sit on their phones and all this other bullshit while that shit's getting checked, and they're like, "Oh, are y'all done?" Them motherfuckers don't care. They don't care. And it's sad.
Of course they don't
I
care.
bet you don't even know what to look for. Really. You get some motherfucker that work at a bank or something as a commissioner.
Work at Wendy's and work for the commission.
Yeah.
And all the and it just bothers me because all these people are blatantly from the same country and no one looks into anything. But when two black people are in the same room, when one black person's doing something, all of a sudden like, oh look, there they go, set it up. Like Mayweather could just be at a fight where black people happen to be winning something. It could be two black nobodies fighting, they're like, oh look, black takes care of black. They setting it up. Look, look, look. It's like, what the fuck? What?
Use my chance, the mango.
Uh,
So you got a lot there. Yeah.
Oh shit, that's I thought someone was talking. I was like, wait, who got
Yeah,
on the
me
line
too.
randomly? I was trying to listen.
it's right here.
But no, it's all good. But yeah,
Oh,
nah,
my
man, it's just fucking bullshit. Like I said, I mean, the WBA, I don't think they're gonna set up
Yeah.
anything David Morrell's doing because David Morrell gonna win by knockout. I think he's gonna stop him probably in the mid rounds. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We shall see.
We shall see. That it's who I am. Shout out to you, man. We just in here cooking, man. Shit. Y'all want to keep on going or what?
So much for
No problem.
Oh, that's up to you, host. It's your show. I mean, it depends
Shit,
on
I'm
what.
just working. Y'all keep on cooking. I'm over here right now. I'm just working on some artwork and getting my shit together so I can drop for the next season.
Okay. Did
Yeah.
anybody besides me watch the Bivol joint? Did anybody?
Bro,
No, I didn't watch it. How do you look?
nobody even talking about that shit at all.
Fuck.
Bro, like,
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I saw a tweet. I don't know if y'all follow Rich Gibbs. You can follow that brother. He always puts out good tweets. He's like, they say that he said Bill was what they make Andre out to be, a boring fighter. He's very skilled, but so you fall asleep every time you watch him. I tried to watch Bill, I couldn't do it, motherfucker. I couldn't do it, man. He put me to sleep.
He is very boring, but he's the type of guy to where he's not gonna he's not gonna press on the gas until he's down on the cards. If you whooping Bivol's ass, he'll activate, and then he'll probably have to step on the gas and try to get you out of there to win the fight. But he's gonna do the bare minimum to win his fights. He's gonna protect himself, but he doesn't protect his body though. That's what a lot of those Eastern European fighters like. They don't protect the body. Well, Brandon Lee, that was on the Donaire card, did pretty solid. He
what y'all think about him?
Yeah,
fights at
I
one.
think I think he's pretty good. He has a lot of power. Like y'all said, he needs to work on his defense and continue to test himself. You don't know if he's ready for a Josh Taylor or somebody, but you just have to find out. But
No,
hey,
I don't.
You think he gonna stay at that weight class?
let's talk about.
No, he's big as hell.
No,
He not.
he moves up. Yeah, he's big.
But what was you saying, Alan?
I was just gonna say, let's talk about this motherfucker Kajupa Armadillo, whatever his name is. The dude said he was gonna knock out Spence. He ends up getting fucking schooled. And get the fuck out of here, man. EJ would dog walk that nigga, bro.
He
EJ
said
would
he
have
was
hurt
gonna
that
knock
dude.
out
I'm looking at
Spence.
this. Yeah, that motherfucker was schooled.
I told you he sucked dick. I said he's horrible. he's bad.
But I do remember people boosting his name up.
Really? I don't remember him getting any
Yeah.
credentials. I watched a few of his fights. I was like, wow, this dude's garbage.
Because wasn't he supposed to be Spence's mandatory?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been this mandatory for years. They just didn't think he was ready.
And he wasn't. Spence would have stopped his stupid ass. Yeah, nah, he was garbage.
Stopped within 4. But the dude who fought him, that dude can fight. I ain't gonna lie, that dude can fight.
Yeah, Crowley?
Whatever his name is, Cowboys. Crowley, yeah.
Yeah, it's a dude from Canada that spars in the Mayweather gym.
He got
Yeah, I heard that.
Huh? That's
Yeah,
usually what happens.
Yeah, he went to he actually was one of those people that didn't get stopped in sparring by Mayweather. So people were like, but that don't mean nothing, people. Let's not fucking big up him to, oh, he could beat Terrence Crawford. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. Because it's just like what they're doing with Conor Benn. Has Conor Benn earned some respect? Absolutely, because Chris Algieri has been in there with some dangerous people and didn't get slumped like that. But talking about, oh, Conor Benn should get matched up with Errol Spence and shit, it's like, all right, okay.
I mean, it was a 37-year-old Algieri that's fucking nutritionist versus the one that Spence fought. So.
Well, Algieri could never punch. Algieri is like, he has like 20 fights and like 7 knockouts. Like, Algieri was never a fucking puncher.
Facts.
Yeah,
This is all facts,
so
B. And
so he couldn't
put
punch
him
for
in there
shit.
with Spence. Put him in there with Spence. It's gonna be another man down. This motherfucker's gonna get hurt badly. His career might get ended. Put him in there with Boots. The motherfucker won't make it to Spence. That's
Oh
all I
God,
gotta say
no.
about that. He could beat the dog shit
Yeah.
out this motherfucker. Beat shit down his leg. Have him pissing himself. He'll make that motherfucker quit. Because I
Conor
think
Ben is
somebody said on.
cool.
Oh, go ahead, B.
I was gonna say Conor Ben is cool. I would like now, based on what I've seen here with that power display, I do kind of want to see him against Virgil Ortiz Jr. That would be interesting. I'm not saying Conor Ben will beat Virgil Ortiz Jr. I'm just saying if Conor Ben is one of those people where you can beat him, but if you play with him, if you play around, you're gonna lose because he's gonna get some shit off. So I think because Virgil Ortiz Jr. comes at you straight up, square body, doesn't really move his head that much. He can slip some jabs, but Conor Ben doesn't have the best jab anyway. But that'll be an interesting fight because it just depends on who lands first. It just depends on who lands first.
Pretty much. Virgil comes in with
Yeah,
that high guard. He
Conor
gonna
can
walk
beat
you
him.
down.
Yeah. And it leaves
What
the
about
body
Conor
open.
Ben versus AB?
That'd be good.
Dynamic for him though.
Adrian
A-
Broner versus Conor Ben.
yeah,
AJ
that's a good
Broner versus Conor Ben, yeah.
that's a good fight. Probably AB by like
This
split
mother,
decision.
Yeah,
this motherfucker
AB
called out
I
Adrian
think AB
Broner.
can drop him.
Hey, that would be funny as hell
This
if they put
motherfucker
their
called out
put AB in there with him.
Adrian Broner.
Hey, hold on. That'd
And
be
AB
crazy if
whoop
they
his
put
ass.
AB in there, and then shades of old AB just comes out and just start whooping his
Just
ass.
start whooping on him.
That would be
AB
like fucking mind blowing. People probably be like, "Oh, well, he was too green, anyways." AB. He is a 4 division champion.
AB is like he's one of just the twitchiest fighters in all of boxing. He has such just like his fast twitch muscle fibers are ridiculous. He's just so fucking twitchy. And then whenever you try to hit him, he just starts flying all over the place. He's just aggravating. Like you need a fucking shotgun to stop that nigga, man. Like his shit is annoying. Like every time you start jabbing or throwing, he just either puts his hands up or just moves out the way. He's just so fucking fast.
Yeah, he's really good.
He's just extremely twitchy. I would be pissed off if I had to fight AB. I'd be fucking mad.
People
Yeah,
disrespect
I'd
AB
be.
too much, man.
People disrespect him because he's a black dude who doesn't really give a shit. He's like, man, fuck you, fuck all these people, fuck Steve Farhood, fuck all these motherfuckers, man. I may be about bread, about billions, getting money, yeah. Like people, I can't stand when people bring up people's personalities and their personal feelings when it comes to boxing. They can talk about boxing, okay? There are plenty of people that are garbage. When Felix Verdejo was out there murdering his entire family, everybody suddenly forgot who he was. But AB called somebody a bitch and got drunk one time. I was, oh, you're brother. Like, man, shut the fuck up, bro. Nobody
Yeah,
want to hear that bullshit. Canelo got 3 different kids by 3 different baby mamas. Do you think I'm talking about that all the time? Or am I talking about boxing?
yo,
I didn't
really?
even know that shit, D. I didn't know that. I
Yeah,
did not know
bro.
that.
Yo,
Because
Canelo,
it
he's a
doesn't
fucking.
matter. Because it
No,
doesn't
he's a
fucking
cheater.
matter. Of course, all these dudes be having side bitches and shit, and that's
Hey,
whatever.
is it true that Canelo fucked somebody up in a bar?
Yeah, I think like Conor McGregor, he punched some older dude because Conor McGregor fucked up an old guy in a bar one time,
Yeah,
and I
Yeah,
think
somebody said that Canelo broke
Yeah,
somebody's jaw in the bar.
yeah, I think he did.
They was fucking with him.
yeah. Canelo. I can easily tell he's a piece of shit outside of life or outside of boxing.
I mean, he's just a rich motherfucker. Like I
you're not
put
gonna
all
like
rich
that one, Prod.
motherfuckers. Like I put all rich motherfuckers in the same category as assholes because they're super rich, they're super mega ultra rich. But my point
Yeah,
is that I don't be talking about it all the time. I talk about boxing. I talk about Canelo in relation to boxing. I don't be
yeah,
like,
but
oh well, Canelo he slept with so many women. That's why he got cold sores. It looks like herpes. I don't be talking about that shit all the time, even though the shit do look like herpes. I don't talk about that shit. How
yeah.
many
Pick
how
your
Yeah,
many
I do
years
the
has he
same.
been dealing with them same cold sores?
bro. Like if I ran into Canelo, I would straight up just tell him to go fuck off.
I mean,
Why the
I
fuck
probably
up?
shake his hand. I wouldn't take no pictures with him though.
Yeah, I mean, I would shake
I'll
hands with
just
him.
look, oh, hey, there's Canelo.
Probably
I don't
ask him
want
a
to take
couple
no
questions.
motherfucking pictures with that nigga.
Yeah, like I met Jesse Eisenberg when I was in college one time. Fucking nobody knew who that dude was. Like he was because this is after the Social Network came out, I think. And motherfucker, he had like no crowd, no paparazzi, nobody gave a fuck. I'm like, yeah, you're just one of those celebrities.
Yep.
Now, if I take a picture with EJ, man, I'm gonna be talking all big shit, nigga. I'll
Bro,
be talking all this
I
big
would like
shit.
to meet EJ.
I mean, shit,
I'm
Blu-ray
gonna
comes
tell you know
on
what I'm gonna tell
panels all the
EJ?
time.
Yeah,
Dude, Blu-ray, he's like,
You should go to his gym.
dude, he's so good at like what he does, dude.
I mean,
Yeah,
I was
like
looking at some of EJ's older fights, and Blue had that man big as hell. Nigga looked like a middleweight versus Leonard
yeah,
Bundu and
huge.
fucking Chris Algieri. Like EJ's already a big motherfucker, but Blu-ray he just like I'm trying to get in that shape, bro. I'm trying to get in that shape, man. That shit.
Yeah, I would definitely train with Blu-ray if I ever wanted to become a professional fighter. Definitely go with them. But I was gonna say like what I like out of Blu-ray is that they don't work on your core, physical, features. They actually work on your like on your conditioning and your endurance. So I think that's what Blu-ray focuses on, but I'm not so sure what his workout plan is basically structured for.
Oh yeah, and I was just gonna say like about what D was saying. Like every time I talk about boxing or a boxer that I dislike, my dislike for the boxer isn't personal. It's boxing. You know, it's never just like these other weird whack pussy motherfuckers always talk about. Oh, I don't like this guy because he's a drunk and all this other shit. What the fuck does that
I
have to
don't
do with
like him
boxing?
because
No matter.
he
That's not
failed the quiz in the fourth grade.
Yeah, they was only talking about legal issues. I'm like, bro, if me and you met up in
Yeah,
person if me and you met up in person, like me and whoever talking shit, and I slapped you, all you would do is talk about how D slapped the bitch one time. That's all you would talk about. I could go on the fucking cure cancer, and all you would do is talk about how I slapped the bitch one time. Like, man, cut the bullshit out. All right, cut it out. Shit, sick of that shit.
Yes.
Kovalev broke a woman's back and damn near killed her dog in public. Went on to peacefully have a Canelo fight. Billy Joe
And he's a
Saunders.
known boxer who
Billy
killed the man.
Joe Saunders made a whole video about how to domestically abuse your wife and potentially not get caught, and took no L's. So it's like just cut the bullshit, man. No one fucking cares. Like people, Mayweather is retired, and niggas still cry about his legal issues. Like what the fuck? What the fuck are you talking? He's not even fighting.
Nigga, they still talk about that damn
they only
IV.
care when you're black.
Bruh, like just shut the fuck up about that weak shit. Nobody give a fuck. Oh shit. Jared Anderson called out Dubois. Oh shit.
Oh, really?
Dubois, Dubois, you gonna be in some deep shit, boy.
Uh,
You gonna be in some deep shit,
Shit.
boy. It was funny too. I saw people on Twitter talking about, "Oh, this is a much better look, better than Mexican flags." I'm like, shut the fuck up.
See,
I
because
lived,
that's how you Negroes dress, like pimps and thugs and hoes and tricks, right?
yeah. I'm like, bro. I lived in Los Angeles, California, for 25 fucking years. If you want to talk about cultural appropriation, every non-black in California in Los Angeles is guilty of it.
I went to
Yeah.
Cali
Every
Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
this year and I saw
When I went
that.
to Cali, I did see a lot of culture vulture action, but I was like, yeah. I guess it's just the
Motherfuckers want
culture
to be
out there.
black so bad,
Yeah.
but then these
yeah,
motherfuckers want to
I
be
don't
black so
understand
bad
that.
until it's actually time to be black.
yeah, everybody want to be black until the motherfucking cops come. Let me tell you, I am not prejudiced in the slightest. But the truth of the matter is, without African Americans, Hispanic people in California will be dressing like fucking mariachis and rancheros and shit. Y'all dress like us.
And
Yeah,
Y'all
even that shit
dress
they talk
like
about,
us.
that
I
And the
mean,
truth
I
of
mean,
the
I mean,
shit,
like a lot
that's
of
already
those
from
Hispanics
us.
out about the West Coast really try to mimic black people. I'm not gonna lie.
exactly. And the thing is, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Go ahead. No one wants to look like a fucking cattle rancher their entire life. I feel you. So go ahead. Put on your motherfucking J's, grab a basketball jersey, sag your pants, turn your hat to the side, and get some bitches. All that shit's cool. But when black fighters go on and wear some Mexican garb to electrify the crowd, quit bitching. Because y'all are way more guilty of it than we are. Okay?
Yeah.
Because if you have an issue with that, then I'm gonna need you to grab your family members and start tucking your shirt into your pants, put on some cowboy boots, and start bringing us some cattle and shit.
Hey,
That's on the real.
the other day, like I was wearing like a Juan Manuel Marquez shirt, and I had like a sombrero on because I was hanging out, like with friends, watching some
Alright, I got
boxing, and I believe like we went out to the store, and like a couple of Mexicans asked me, "Hey Holmes, are you Mexican, man?" And then I was like, "Nah, I just like Marquez." And then they were obviously like racist dipshit ones, but they were telling me, "Nah, man, like you can't be wearing like our clothing, man. That's only for us, Holmes." And then I'm like, uh. Okay, but says who? And then after that, like they started bitching and complaining, and I just told them to go fuck off. And I said to them, "Well, if you don't want us black people wearing your clothing, then can we say that to you guys?"
Wait, where you in New York, right, crowd?
Yeah, like I'm out of Albany.
Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about, bro. I'm from Cali. In
Oh,
any place where open carry is not legal, they get bucked. Because I now live in a place that's open carry, and let me tell you, nicest motherfuckers on the planet.
oh yeah,
Anytime they have the numbers and you can't carry a gun in public, like for example, actually no, not even that. It's just open carry. Because I drove, I didn't fly, I drove across this motherfucker. I went to Texas. But in Texas you get to carry your strap. So my
yeah.
strap was out. Nicest motherfuckers on the planet.
Of course, I
Nicest
think it's gonna be nice when you got the heat out D-Hive.
nicest people I've ever met. Those are the Mexicans in Texas are
But
significantly
they are.
nicer than the
But
ones in California.
Texas are way
But
nicer.
I'm gonna keep it 100 because
Or
I don't want people to get confused and say I'm anti-Latino or anything like that. I'm not. I got a lot of respect for Latino people. I just don't like the wannabe gringos. I don't like that. Like, don't come here and try to act like the people who oppress my people. Like, don't do that, man. Just
Yeah.
yeah, it's
be
basically
yourself, man.
race beta.
Yeah, like I said, I don't mind when Hispanic people adopt African American culture and as a form of dress. I don't mind it. So whenever a black fighter puts on a flag, why is it instantly interpreted as disrespect? I've seen Hispanic people wear Malcolm X t-shirts. Do you think I got on their ass? No. I said, "Oh,
Nah,
cool.
real shit. I'm not joking. I have seen that shit.
Yeah, bro. I see it all the time. I see all kinds of Hispanic people wearing Black Lives Matter stuff. Do you think?
Hey,
Do you
look.
think I got on their ass?
D-Hive, the craziest shit in the world. There's a black-owned fucking food store around here. It's called Afro Deli, right? Afro Deli, right? You
Right.
go in there, it is nothing but fucking Mexicans wearing like African logos and shit on their shirts because apparently they work there. They work there, but it's still like it's just an interesting sight to see.
Yeah, we
Not
don't
sitting
cry.
there saying like, "Oh man, I don't want this Mexican man cooking
Exactly.
fried chicken. He don't know what he doing." Hell no, I
I'll
wouldn't like.
even go further with that. Like I don't know if y'all travel down south, but if y'all go down to like Georgia and like North Carolina, there's plenty of fucking Hispanics down there that adopt Black American culture.
Man,
Plenty of them.
yeah, but just don't come around acting like
Oh yeah,
black
it's a whole bunch.
man.
And I live in
I with
Dallas, and
with
in
British
Dallas,
tea fans shit. Only time they want to side with British tea fans is when it's to disrespect black men.
Literally, and I said that because Hispanics showed Tyson Fury so much love and respect over here. So now they think, oh, okay, we have an alliance. Like I see that shit all the time on Twitter. Like, oh, salute my Mexican brother. Yes, we have an alliance. Da, 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 da. But then when it comes to Canelo fighting British people, like, oh, Euro bums, British people are trash. I'm like, dude, what kind of two-faced bullshit is that?
Yep.
Man, like when Laura beat fucking Warrington, they were all saying that the UK is garbage. Mexico fucking slaughters the UK. Da 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 da. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, fucking UK, the best, the best. I'm like, oh wait, hold the fuck up. What the fuck? What? This shit is fucking. This shit is just fucking baffling to me. It's just, I mean, it is, but it's not. I understand that anti-blackness is the quickest way to elevating yourself on any social media platform. But Jesus Christ, the double standards are fucking horrendous.
Yep.
It is, man. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied, fucking Beehive. But back to boxing. Marcus Brown better be. It's his fight week, bro. I feel like I'm the only nigga on planet Earth still talking about this shit because Top Rank clearly ain't doing it.
Yeah, top. Well, better be have never got that much
I ain't see
promotion.
that. They could have did that this week on this fight.
Yeah,
They ain't
yeah.
talk about
Fans, like fans hype up Better Be If more than Top Rank does because the truth of the matter is Top Rank know that Better Be If only has one good name under his belt. Motherfuckers don't even remember who Better Be If got his first belt from.
Wasn't it
I just know
Adonis
he just popped
Stevenson or
up with the
something?
IBF belt.
No, Better Be If got his first legitimate belt from Enrico Crowling, some dude that nobody's ever really heard of, some dude that's not that good, some dude that's accomplished nothing. So, like I said, Better Be If is the triple G of 175. He's famous for having all knockouts, a knockout streak against fucking nobody but Gvozdyk, who's also known for only fighting one person.
Marcus Brown got more names on this resume than Better Be If does.
He does.
Derrick James, so.
Dude, like Badu Jack, fucking beating Badu Jack is more significant than anybody fucking Better Be If has ever fought. Because Badu Jack, and I was trying to explain this to somebody. Fucking let me see where the fuck. Yeah, Badu Jack. When Marcus Brown beat him clean, he came off a massive run. He came off a run of Anthony Durrell, George Groves, Lucien Butte. He got a tie with James DeGale. He beat Nathan Cleverly. He got a tie with a younger Adonis Stevenson, and then Brown beat him. Do you hear that fucking run? Bro, Badu Jack was fucking up all the super middleweight, moving up to light heavyweight, then he lost to fucking Brown. And then he fought, and then Marcus Brown fought John Pascal, and then got a technical decision loss. But it was against a PED, a roided up Pascal, and that's his only L. So it's like, bro, and then he also knocked out Top Dog Williams in the 6th. And he knocked out a dude that I think fucking Better Be If fought in the 1st. Yeah, Better Be If Marcus Brown knocked out the same dude Better Be If fought in 1 round, and it took Better Be If 4 rounds. So it's like we're talking about punchers. We're talking about punchers here.
And Derrick James' technique is perfect for that. You know,
Dude, I'm telling you, look, don't be surprised when you see Marcus Brown jabbing Better Beef's head off and then hit him with body shots. Left, stab up top, left, right to the stomach, pivot out.
If Brown get this dub, and Derrick James does not get trainer of the year 2021, what world are we living in?
They're gonna they're gonna give it to Reynoso, bro.
3 unified champions, 3 in the same stable, no failed drug tests. What are we talking?
They're gonna give it to Reynoso, bro.
Oh my fucking god!
You know why? They're gonna give it to Reynoso because Canelo got undisputed in a fast run.
Oh my fuck! And you know what? That's another reason why I wanted Devin Haney to fight Kambosos, because then I can say, oh, Canelo did it in 11 months in 4 fights. Devin Haney did it in 1. A single fucking fight. Done. But man, oh man. And Better Be If went to Top Rank, right?
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Because Better Be If started out with Spike and Showtime. He started out with I think he started out on PBC on Spike, and then his bitch ass moved.
I remember Spike TV.
Probably because he was gonna have to fight somebody.
Yeah, and you know, Top Rank is just maneuvered his ass into a belt somewhere. I'm surprised it wasn't the W. I'm surprised it wasn't WBO, but Joe Smith Jr. got the WBO.
So they got Better Be and Joe Smith Jr., but they ain't make that fight?
No, the Zone has Joe Smith Jr.
No.
But,
Top Rank got Joe Smith.
oh shit! Well, because Joe Smith
Bridge
Jr.
in the middle on that end cap.
Because Joe Smith Jr. he fought Bivol on the Zone.
Yeah, he did. But Top Rank picked him up.
Oh, because he fought a later Alvarez on Top Rank. Damn, I'm losing track of these motherfuckers. Like, what the?
I mean, because they're not really in the know. It's crazy though because they talk shit about Tank, but Tank and them is really some real life stars, bro. Because that's the best one. I remember my pops. I had a conversation with my pops. He was like, "Yeah, I listened to your show, but you guys y'all talk about her a lot." And I'm like, "Dude, because this is who the motherfuckers want to talk about." You know, I can sit here and talk about Vodstick and East Europeans all fucking day. Who's gonna give a fuck?
Yeah.
These guys make the seats, man. It's real, man. Let's keep it 100.
Yeah,
Not saying
especially when you got
but we just let's be real.
Yeah, Joe Smith Jr. is with Top Rank. Oh, Armadillo. Quadratilo Armadillo.
Yeah, you got Lomachenko with his loss to Uber driver that sold beer and fucking Tia female. Then you got who else you got? Fucking Archer Better BF, the old man who hasn't fought nobody.
We got one good win, and then apparently they have Joe Smith Jr. Yeah, how come they haven't just? Well, actually, I know why. Because if you got to keep the WBO separate, because then like if you give all the WBO, if you give all the belts to one person, then that's a higher risk of losing it. You got to spread them shits out. So that's smart. That's smart on Aaron's part, keeping them separate. Because also if one of them lose, that's an investment loss too. So you know that's you losing your investment. Somebody getting beat up. So that's smart. That's fucking smart, actually. Damn. But I had no idea. But I guess it makes sense that he wouldn't stay with the Zone because Bivol whooped his ass. Fucking 12-0 him. Actually, I don't want to say 12-0. Joe Smith Jr. might have won some rounds.
Watching that fight.
What, Joe Smith Jr. versus Bivol?
Yeah, I still ain't finished watching that shit. I was watching it and I was like, okay, Bivol got skills, and I was like, I don't feel it. Like I don't have no wherewithal to watch it, you know? Like I'll watch a Tank fight 10 times, a Earl Spence Jr. fight 10 times. I watch a lot of 10 times, but I can't watch that shit, man. The skill, but it's boring as fuck.
What?
Bivol fights. I mean, because he's a really pure boxer. Like he's someone that has perfected the amateur style and turned it pro. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm seeing people talk about how Lomachenko and Richard Comey are friends. So now Lomachenko held back. Oh my fucking God. Now he held back on purpose.
Really?
Oh my God, what the fuck is going on? They're really like, I don't understand. If Lomachenko did such a good job, why is there so much caping?
One of them, that means one of them motherfuckers took a dive.
Yeah, like if Lomachenko did such an amazing job, why are people trying to defend his performance? Why are you defending his performance if he did so great?
The same nigga shitting on Tank for winning with one hand.
Yeah, like we don't really need to defend Tank's performance. Tank's performance speaks for itself. He won the fight with one hand.
Yeah,
Devin Haney
did good.
Yeah, the Devin Haney's performance speaks for itself. He fucking won 9 rounds to 3 against Jojo Diaz and barely got touched. We don't need to defend that shit. These niggas are defending Lomachenko with all kinds of shit. They're saying, "Oh, Lomachenko and Richard Comey are best friends, so he didn't want to break his ass off too hard." I'm like, what?
AD,
Get the
AD.
fuck out of here.
Y'all know what I
Should
say
have
to
knocked
that?
him out.
I'm gonna get on my AB shit, man. Shut that soft ass shit up. All that soft talking. That's some soft ass
Yeah,
shit right there.
Hey, if Lomachenko can't knock out Comey, how the fuck do you think he's gonna knock out Devin or Tank?
right. Oh, he was sleep tank, nigga,
Oh yeah, he said
based
that
Boy,
off of what?
he has that the one punch knockout better.
Yeah, he was sleep tank. Tank ain't shit. I'm like, oh my god,
Did you
it's
see the
funny.
Bro,
Matrix?
Gervonta at 22 would still knock out Loma, even if
that's
he
what I've been
wasn't ready.
saying.
It's
Tank,
just funny because they'll say, "Oh, Tank ran from
he got
Lomachenko, but he could beat him," and I'm like,
they don't
"Okay, well,
talk about
Lomachenko ran from Devin
kids
Haney,
all
and y'all
night.
say
He ain't
that."
fucking budge. The fuck are these niggas?
Also, Devin would have been like the youngest champion to beat Loma.
Yeah,
Remember, it didn't work
it's
out.
funny
Work.
because like they say what they say about Tank, and then we're like, "Well, Lomachenko ran from Devin Haney, and we think Haney beats Lomachenko." They're like, "No, no, no. Even though he ran from Haney, Lomachenko still beats him." Shit, I wish Lomachenko believed you. Nigga ran, bro. The moment he saw Devin Haney beat Abdul Kakalev or Zaire Abdulayev, he fucking ran to the WBC for witness protection. And honestly, I'm surprised the fucking WBC gave it to him. That should tell you that it's mainly about anti-blackness. They protected Lomachenko.
Also, Lomachenko, if he had just fought Devin, he would have at least gotten, undisputed a lot faster.
Yeah, and it's
Niggas forget how foul the WBC is. The WBC literally stripped Devin Haney because he had surgery
Yeah, temporarily.
yeah, he was
temporarily.
yeah he
But
was he was never
it's
sure he
only
was a
temporary because people start getting on their ass.
yeah he was a champion recess.
And then when he came back to fight Gamboa, right? That's when he broke his hand, and then he still had to fight with a broken hand. So, you know, quit it with that bullshit to say Devin Haney he's not a real champion, because Devin Haney, he basically fights with all the risk behind him. So
Yeah, I'm just what I don't understand is that if you know that Devin Haney loses to all these top people, why shouldn't he get to fight him? Because you can't use the payday angle because Devin Haney already makes more money than most of these people. So it's not like you can't say, oh, well, he just won. He doesn't deserve a Lomachenko payday. No, because he already makes more money than Lomachenko. So I don't understand why not just get Devin Haney knocked out then. Like, why are we still doing this bullshit? Just let Devin Haney get knocked out, and then we can all move on.
yeah, they can't do that.
Yeah, it's all just full of shit.
Devin
'Cause,
Haney is like Devin Haney is like Darkseid mixed with Terminator, all built into one.
yeah, he's the guy with a glass jaw who can't punch, makes more money than everybody y'all talking about, but then doesn't deserve a fight, and is a champion. Keep in mind, but then doesn't deserve a fight magically. All right,
Dude,
yep.
he makes so much money off the back end. It's like he doesn't need boxing no more. He could just say, "All right, dude, I'm fuck it, like I'm done," and he would he would probably go into the Hall of Fame. So Devin Haney doesn't need to fight no more. It's just that people don't want to take a risk in fighting him because they know about the business aspect of what Devin Haney's going to do for their career.
Yeah, and that's why it's important not to shit on people because then when you publicly shit on people, you look like a bitch for losing to them. If you keep saying that someone can't punch, somebody has no skills, and then you fuck around and lose, you look like a bitch. You look
Yeah.
stupid. That's why Tiafimo talked all that goody good shit about Pillow Fist and then didn't want to fight him and then got horrible karma getting touched up by some dude that nobody was checking for.
Also,
Nobody. I wasn't checking for him, but it's so crazy that I just knew he was gonna win. I knew George Kambosos was gonna win within like the first week of the fight being announced, just based off of just the timing and how Teofimo Lopez is acting. Got into that prima donna stage and try to duck Devin Haney, bro.
also not to be off topic, but from the Conor Ben Chris Algieri fight, did anybody give Conor Ben credit for beating Chris Algieri?
Yeah,
I did.
they all did.
Yeah,
I,
but it's,
I gave him enough credit because I'll admit I was impressed that he put the nigga to sleep. Like he like
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
cause
say he put him to sleep.
yeah,
I was
like
glad he got knocked the fuck out. I fucking hate Chris Algieri. He's a piece of shit.
oh damn, what the fuck did Chris Algieri do?
Didn't well, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't he talk shit about Deontay Wilder?
I don't. I mean,
I
maybe
think so,
because I don't really listen to Chris Algieri like that,
but I ain't
but
paid too mind because it's fucking Chris Algieri.
yeah, his career sucks dick anyways. I don't know what the fuck he's
Hey,
talking about, but but
hey, I'm
yeah,
just gonna say
no,
this. I'm just gonna say this. EJ, hey, I'm gonna say this. EJ gave him that work first. If Ben wants to smoke, come bring his pussy ass from Britain to America so he can get this work. I'm tired of these motherfuckers, man. These fucking British motherfuckers thinking they some hot shit. Man, come over here and get your ass beat. Man,
Yeah,
yeah,
get that ass whipped.
I'm still more impressed by his father, but I'll say this because Errol stopped him in 5 rounds, and it was a referee stoppage, which was cool. But seeing Ben like put him to sleep, like slump him, I was like, whoa, okay,
yeah, I
okay,
ain't
all
gonna
right,
lie.
all right.
I ain't gonna lie. When I saw, it, I was like, God damn, this
Hey,
He,
wasn't
motherfucker
his
just
pops the one who gave what's his name the brain damage?
yeah, he
yeah.
damn near killed Gerald McClellan.
Man, I don't,
Dude,
thank
Nigel
you.
Ben's father is a piece of shit.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Nigel Ben is the father. Connor Ben is the son.
Well,
Yeah.
let's not take out the fact that Gerald McCullough put his ass out in the first round.
Yeah,
The penguin I see.
Man, that shit was so unfortunate. I didn't
Penguin
see it,
I see.
but I just
I watched the fight. It
Gerald
was
McCullough is one of my
crazy as
favorite.
fuck.
somebody said that's people been saying
One,
that's like one of the best fights they ever seen, regardless of the outcome.
It was a super good fight, and yeah, no, it was definitely an excellent fight. It's just unfortunate that it happened like that, and I'm trying to
So
remember.
what happened exactly? Like, did he like punch him in the back of the head too many times?
No, it wasn't like I mean there was some, of course, because that's just how that's just how it works sometimes. But generally speaking, no, it was just a lot of punches, and also back then all the gloves were horsehair. You didn't have a lot of options
Oh,
as far as like padding and shit like that. So all the
okay.
gloves were horsehair back then.
Yep.
Yeah, so it was
yep. Sorry, what happened to that brother, man?
damn. And Nigel Ben knocked out Julian Jackson. I mean, no, Gerald McClellan knocked out Julian Jackson twice, bro. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
So the son
Julian
got a lot.
Jackson was
The
like the
son got a
hardest
lot of
puncher out of
shoes to
that
fill.
entire
Yeah,
division.
I mean, the son got
yeah,
some
he
big
knocked him
shoes
out
to fill.
twice.
Yeah.
Julian Jackson was like the hardest puncher
He
out of
knocked
that entire
Julian
division.
Jackson out twice.
Gerald McClellan only took 3 L's in his whole career and only one by knockout, and that's the one that almost fucked him up. Jesus Christ. That's craziness.
Dude,
Fighting niggas like Mugabe and shit.
Gerald was a beast. He was good.
So y'all can say that the middleweight division been stacked for a very long time. Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, it's probably at its damn near at its weakest right now
Yeah.
because niggas ain't trying to fight.
Yeah.
I know. I want to see Charlo versus Andre. Fuck it. Y'all niggas
This is
can't
one
get
of the
no
worst
fights. I might as
middleweight
well just fight
divisions
each
in
other.
history.
Well, it's only lame because Triple
I'll
G
just
is
say
still
that.
Triple G is just stinking up the division, holding the belts fucking hostage, and we can't get any good fights.
And
And
then when Triple
Andre,
G loses, it's gonna probably be like Jaime Munguia or whoever that fucking Kazakhstan guy is, Janabek, right?
no, Triple G is only willing to lose to Canelo for a bag one more time and get beat the fuck up, and then he gonna retire.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Yo, he's gonna
Hey,
get his
Don Shell
ass
said
slaughtered.
Tony Bellew said Ben knocks out everyone inside Spence and Crawford.
Man, Tony Bellew had Galahad winning. Tell Tony Bellew to shut the fuck up before I tell Usyk to put hands on his dumb
Tony
ass.
Bellew said that
Tony Bellew,
that
he's a
Joshua was the
dumbass.
fastest heavyweight since Mike Tyson.
Oh, nigga. He said that because he still got PTSD from the Usyk beating.
Mm.
And then
Wait,
Usyk
what'd you
came
say,
in there
Art?
and then And nah, Tony Bellew's trash. Tell that nigga to go back to New Zealand or Samoa, wherever the fuck he's from, and shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody trying to hear what Tony Bellew got to say. That's like absolutely nobody cares. Ben, and keep in mind, Conor Ben just went fucking like went 10 rounds with Granados. He ain't knocking out no motherfucking Spence Crawford or nobody up there. Yeah, exactly. He might not even beat up Danny Garcia, to be quite honest. He might fuck around and catch one and get stopped by Danny Garcia, and that'll be some embarrassing shit.
Hey, somebody said that Loma had HBO and ESPN push him, and he's still not a star.
Yeah, facts. He's not. He's not. People are, oh, he's selling out Madison Square Garden, nigga. Yeah, I'm driving distance and I didn't even think about going to that shit. Fuck that. He's selling out all over the place.
They said that Lomachenko sold 8,000 tickets yesterday.
Yeah.
Do you believe that?
Is that a sellout of the MSG?
I don't know, but I think that's a lot of tickets. 8,000.
I'll do like they do PVC. Run me some numbers. It could be fake. It could be fake. It might not be real. Run it up. Run me some numbers.
Yeah, because I'm saying I don't look like I was 8,000 people last night. I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah, I need to see proof. I need to see check stubs. I need to see accurate ticket counts. I need to double verify by the United States Secret Service. Let's do all the bullshit that they talk about PVC numbers. Oh, they could be fake. They could be forged. Okay, cool. Let's put Top Rank under the same scrutiny.
The bot got the best birthday present ever, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Tyson Fury singing to
Tyson
me.
Fury singing to him, the heavyweight champion, white heavyweight champion singing to him, and he has his fucking European boy fighting against Richard Coleman to get the Kambosos fight.
Oh, so much white unity is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason, he's not a star. The only reason why he keeps getting put into position is because of Bob. That's it. Anyone who's a legitimate star don't have to keep getting put into position. They can just keep winning titles and earning fights.
The fact that they showed his amateur record instead of his real boxing record let you know what's really going on.
And they keep showing it. It's like, bro, okay, you were fucking 396-1 in the amateurs. Okay, fantastic. No one cares. It's just like Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell had all his success as a fucking amateur. Gamboa had a lot of his success as an amateur. Did he become champion? Sure, but then he started stepping up and started getting beat. It's just like, bro, I'm so tired of this. How about the amateur career? Again, Clarissa Shields has the same amateur credentials and has had a better pro career than Lomachenko and does not get her ass eaten on Twitter every day. I'm tired of it. Clarissa Shields literally 2-time undisputed. Some shit Canelo didn't even have the courage to do. If Canelo had just beat one more guy, he would be 2-time undisputed champion in the same era of the 4-belt era. This man would have had 8 belts under his name, but he pushed out. So I'm just my goodness, this fucking Olympic bullshit. It's the same with Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz is the fucking super destroyer, not a single pro fucking fight. Like, oh, Andy Cruz would destroy Keyshawn Davis because he beat him in the amateurs. All right, nigga. Okay, it sounds good. Is he gonna have a pro fight, or has he not gotten off the boat yet? All right, then. I'm trying to hear that shit. Talking about all this amateur shit. It's the reason why it's called the fucking amateurs. And again, after you win your first gold medal and you're over the age of 21, you get to beat up a lot of fucking children before you get to another goddamn gold medal. So you, again, motherfuckers that haven't even made it past puberty, you putting hands on them. Legalize child abuse. Shit. And also, isn't Danny Jacobs supposed to be going to 175 now?
Fuck Danny Jacobs.
What did Danny Jacobs do?
Come on. Can't fight Carlos.
Wait, what?
Man,
You say he didn't fight Charlo?
yeah, he should, but he talking about I'm touching him. What that got to do with you fighting him? Fight that motherfucker, man. You touching him now?
Oh, right,
Or
yeah.
are they
He
not
talking
gonna
about
pay your ass again for these garbage?
Hey, you don't think what's
For
his
these
name,
garbage
Gary
ass
Anton
performances
Russell,
put
can
on.
beat Boots at the pros?
No, I think it would go different. I think it would be different.
He has.
I think it'd be much
I
different
think he
as a
can.
pro. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna happen like that.
Boots is a dog, man. But I want to see him in there with in a dog match.
Yeah, well, shit. Like I
Keith Thurman,
said, because
Keith Thurman should have fought him.
Keith Thurman's pussy ass didn't want to go out on a fucking stretcher because he knows Boots goes to the body and he'll
But you
have
know,
his
hey,
ass shit.
Hey,
you know, Keith
look,
Thurman
that
didn't want
fights
no
with
smoke.
Yeah, Keith Thurman's a bitch, dog. I ain't trying to hear what Keith Thurman got to say.
Keith
In
Thurman.
fact,
But what do y'all think, Keith Thurman versus Barrios? Y'all think that's completely a bad fight or what? I think it's pretty decent.
it's a bad fight for Keith Thurman.
Because if he lose, then that's his ass.
Yeah, you got to retire. You got to retire instantly. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Don't talk about nothing. Just retire.
What if Barrios
Keith Thurman
stops
versus
Keith Thurman?
Wait, what?
What if Barrios stopped Keith Thurman?
Bruh, oh
And he
my
just fought
God.
Keith Thurman.
Hey, that would. Or what if Keith Thurman stops Barrios? You think that'll set up a tank fight?
Barrios
Nah, he gonna want Crawford.
fuck around here.
He gonna want Crawford.
Stop that.
But if Barrio stopped Keith Thurman, Tank gonna look like a god. Tank gonna look like a god. But they're gonna say that Barrios was weight drained. Otherwise, he would have stopped Tank.
Yeah.
Yep. They're gonna say, "Oh fuck, look at this. Barrios is weight drained. Fight him again at 147."
But see,
Oh fuck.
when Callum Smith moved up and knocked that dude out, and when Callum Smith knocked that dude out, all these dudes talking about, that Callum Smith when on Canelo's resume looks no good now.
Exactly, yeah. Like, oh my God, it's aging like wine. Look, he's a destroyer. I'm like, bro, he didn't do any of that shit with Canelo. He didn't throw a single left hook. He just sat there with bunny ears and got his fucking bicep blown open.
He looked like a totally different fight. Like, bro, that fight actually confuses me with the Rocky Fielding fight.
Yeah, that's the result of 4 weeks notice. That's what happens when you fight someone on 4 weeks notice versus a decent fucking camp. And also keep in mind, he put Leonard, what's his name, Leonid Castillo or Lenin Castillo. Yeah, he put him into a coma. And let's keep it real, Lenin Castillo has no accomplishments. He has no professional accomplishments. His only professional accomplishment is losing 12 rounds to Dmitry Bivol. So it's like let's stop acting like, oh my God, Lenin Castillo was some fucking murderer. Like, he ain't shit, and he had never been shit, and he not gonna be shit now. Shit, is he? Yeah, is he still alive? Shit, I think he
You
got
talking about the dude that fought? What's his name?
Yeah, that got fucking destroyed by Callum Smith with one punch. Fucking had his ass having a seizure. That shit was scary as fuck. He had that nigga hitting the Rosario. He was like, I was like, oh shit.
But that shit is crazy. Like, he go from that garbage ass performance to Canelo to that.
Yeah, and what's bad is that Canelo fans don't understand. When this happens, it makes Canelo's wins look super suspect.
Yeah, because it's like, damn, would he look like that if he fucking had a full camp?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like every time, because that's what happens with all Canelo's victims. All of Canelo's victims move on after Canelo and look fucking spectacular in the next fight. I'm like, bro, that same left hook, he didn't even attempt to throw it on Canelo. Like, I don't think he shot it once. He just sat there with bunny ears. But again, Lenin Castillo was a nobody. He's a nobody with no accomplishments, and he's going to go on to continue to be a nobody with no accomplishments.
Why did they call Calvin Smith a weight bully though? Because that motherfucker was 6'3", fighting at 168. He probably rehydrated to like 180, 190.
Now they're the kind of people that give Canelo credit because they think that boxing is divided by height, not fucking weight. Fucking boxing, dumbasses. Boxing is divided by weight divisions. Your height does not factor in. So they're giving Canelo all this credit. Oh, Canelo is only 5'8", and he's fighting giants. They're in the same weight class, and Canelo was already rehydrating to damn near 200 when he was at light middleweight. Fuck
That
off.
was a big motherfucker.
They
He's
acting
a
like
little
Canelo fight Deontay
short,
Wilder or
stocky
something.
motherfucker.
And he should. Deontay Wilder should fucking make Bridgerweight and challenge Canelo.
And put his ass to sleep.
Canelo stops Wilder. Like
That's
Jesus.
bro. They already saying that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They all say that.
And then it's funny because if Wilder fuck around and actually mention the fight, they're gonna be like, "Oh, who is Wilder fought?" I'm sorry, I'm doing that.
Tyson Fury.
Yeah, like, oh, he only fought Tyson Fury. Look, who has he fought? Look at the resume. Oh, like all these dudes sound like that to me. All they do is fucking sitting at their goddamn phones, jerking off over one guy. I'm like, bro, like even the media companies. Even the media companies are at a point where if they don't suck Canelo's dick, their fan base will take a hit. I'm like, no, he's one guy. He's one motherfucker. Mayweather was superior to him in every way and didn't get this much love. Mayweather was hated every day of his fucking life and is still hated now that he's not even active. But I'm supposed to be sucking Canelo dick? Nah, I'm good.
You see what happened when Champ side didn't put Canelo #1 on the count for count list? I was in them chats, man. They calling us all types of monkeys and shit. Motherfuckers flooding my inbox. This dude made a fake Champ side page and started commenting some gay ass shit too. It on my profile. I blocked that motherfucker. These motherfuckers weird. Like what man with a father does some stuff like that?
It's fucking weird. Like even yesterday, I saw someone made a fake YouTube page and it said D-Hive has no social life. I'm like, nigga, you're interrupting my social life. I'm trying to chop up game with my homies and you're bugging me. You're bugging me. Leave me alone. Like,
Somebody
goddamn.
said D-Hive is my burner account.
Oh yeah, that dumb shit. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Of all the accounts on here, why am I the burner? I'm trying to figure it out. Why would I be the burner?
I guess I'm one of y'all burner accounts in too. Shit.
Yeah. Like we pop up all over the place. Like shit. I think K-Rod does more live streams than I do. Shit. K-Rod be everywhere.
Shit, I'll be everywhere too.
Yeah, that's true. You do.
You can find me on Champ side. You can find me on Blue Blood. Sometimes you can find me on Southern T. You can find me on DFTV. You can find me anywhere. I just like cooking with the family. Like I go to channels that are like-minded. I go to channels where I want to be. I'm not gonna be nowhere I don't want to be. That's why you don't see me on these weird pussy ass niggas channels. That's what these niggas don't get. Like, why the fuck are you somewhere where you don't want to be, where all you do is whine and bitch because they ain't sucking your favorite fighter's dick? Man, get the fuck out of here, man.
Exactly, and it's funny because Canelo and Fury and Lomachenko, they don't go on their people's channels. they don't give a fuck. With fucking BFTV had Devin Haney, 7A Sport got Wilder, got fucking Tank be making appearances every now and then. Like, bro, your favorite fighters, like the people
I had Malik Scott on my channel too.
Yeah, like the people on the racist side of YouTube and boxing Twitter, your favorite fighters don't give a fuck about you. Like I always laugh at Canelo fans. I'm like, bro, Canelo doesn't even know you fucking exist. He would never say hi to you. You'll never getting a fucking autograph. He lives in San Diego, California. Niggas talk about how they know where he lives, and they still haven't met him. He doesn't give a fuck about you, bro.
Right.
Lomachenko
He probably don't fuck with you even more, knowing that you don't speak Spanish.
Exactly. Lomachenko, like I said, Lomachenko, Usyk, Tyson Fury, they think American white people are fucking pussy, bro. They don't like y'all. They don't like y'all at all.
Nah, real shit.
They think that you're fucking weak and small and that you suck dick. Like they think that you're fucking garbage.
They feel like
and the
Cause y'all
you're
know,
privileged.
yeah, and the only reason they fuck with white people anyways because Aram is getting them some bread. That's it. But Tyson Fury, he don't like none of y'all. Canelo don't like none of y'all. Lomachenko don't like none of y'all. Like, dude, I saw Alejo boxing Twitter. He put on Twitter, my goal for 2022 is to be in the same gym as Canelo and you try to get an interview. Nigga, you've been at this for like a decade and you still haven't pulled that off?
Hey man, say man, that's just wild. I don't even try
That
to
is,
do all that.
it's
I've been keeping 100. I fuck with this boxing shit, but I don't even try to scramble to get an interview. Like hell no,
bro,
because I
I'm
know these
like,
guys don't know me. They're not gonna give a fuck. They do interviews all the damn time.
I'm like less than like I'm driving distance from both Pennsylvania and fucking Capitol Heights, Maryland, where the Russell family trains. I might drive to the gym and just put photos of them training on Twitter and be like, see how easy this shit is? See, like it's not a fucking like motherfuckers be bragging. Oh, I was in the same gym as fucking, and we talked for a little bit. I got credential. Like nigga, it's not that difficult to go to a gym at a person and just kindly introduce yourself and get a fucking photo. You're not in like that. You're not fucking Blue Blood or fucking 7A Sport or fucking, you know, shit. Even Art Man had Cappinger and Malik Scott up in the bit. So, you know, you're like these dudes be thinking all this big shit. I'm like, bro, all you do is suck dick from the sidelines. And you get fans because they suck dick too. That's all you get. None of y'all niggas is interviewing Lomachenko or Tyson Fury. Shit. Benavidez went on Aki channel. He ain't fucking with the racist side of YouTube. This nigga went to Aki's channel before he went to some of his other people. That tells you something, bro. Like,
facts.
man.
You speaking facts. Champ I just interviewed Alicia Baumgartner fine ass. So
Exactly. None of your and these people need to wake up.
when
None
you,
of your favorite fighters. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, man, you don't gotta get stuck and be all weird like these motherfuckers are. Be authentic and be who you are, and motherfuckers will fuck with you. That's in life, you know. That's why I fuck with y'all, cause y'all some real ass motherfuckers, real ass niggas. Y'all ain't no whole ass niggas like these motherfuckers on this internet, dick sucking ass niggas.
Yeah,
Man,
man.
somebody
And what's
messed up
crazy
that
is that
PS4, man. We got the
and
PS4
what's
on.
oh that's not me. I don't know. I think that might be
Go
K
ahead,
Rap.
D. My bad.
No, it's all good. I was gonna say, and these motherfuckers, like, they never link up with each other to like create a massive platform or do anything. Because, like I said, they all make each other sick. They're because that's what happens when you're a toxic individual. You recognize toxicity and you try to stay away from it. All these motherfuckers would make each other sick. That's why they never. That's why they never get. That's why they never get together. They never hold events. They never host fight parties. They never do any of that because they all don't like each other. And I'm like, and you wonder why your favorite fighters don't fuck with you. Like, bro,
Nah, but you know
that
what they
just,
did when
huh?
the LDBC created, you know, the LDBC when 7A created the LDBC, motherfuckers created the MX, whatever the fuck that shit is called. Basically a Mexican version of that shit.
Yeah, and see, I haven't even heard of that because I never go over there because I already know what they're going to be talking about. It's just
The
going to
only
be a
reason
bunch
I've
of
heard of it is because motherfuckers come in from that group onto 7-8 or Blue Blood or somebody channel talking that weird shit.
yeah, no, and it's funny because they often say how boxing shouldn't be based on race, but then they go ahead and then they copy everything that we do based on race. Like the same people who hate the LDBC are the reason why it exists. Because you were acting like you way before the LDBC existed, and black folks just created something. And keep in mind, LDBC doesn't even have black in it. It stands for Lions Den Boxing Community. But anytime a bunch of black people are in one group doing something positive, it instantly becomes, oh, that's the bad black stuff. Like, oh, that's the bad black stuff over there. That's the
A
black
bunch
group.
of
They're
YouTube guys.
yeah. Oh, they're biased. Like, what the hell? What?
And what are y'all?
Yeah, Isaiah Felix isn't black. he's
Exactly.
he's one of the most popular fucking people over here that doesn't have a channel. We all know who he is. He's not black. Do we shit on him?
Because Isaiah's good people.
Yeah,
Real solid dude.
Kano Loco Sports and Ari Boxing Talk aren't black. They get all kinds of love over here. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, what are we talking about?
They're real
What the fuck?
solid dudes though. When you not, because most of them niggas over there hoes, whole ass niggas. Like they act like females, effeminate ass niggas, bro. Like straight bitches. Like,
Yeah,
and they move like straight bitches too. So
yeah, man. Like I said, like LDBC has nothing. There's nothing about black in it. Just anytime people see too many black people in one group, they're like, "Oh shit, look at that! There's black people over there doing something. Look at that! Look at that! See,
and
let's go bother them and be a part." I'm like, no, go start your own shit. Go try to get Canelo to make a fucking interview, dog. Like Jerron Ennis, Errol Spence Jr., Terrence Crawford, they all come out to make interviews. Tyson Fury, Lomachenko, Canelo Alvarez, y'all ain't spoke to that nigga once.
Shit, hell, fucking Jerron Ennis shared my picture of my that I painted of him,
Yeah, yeah, and shit, they just
and
sat down.
Benavidez.
Yeah, they sat down Blue Blood and all kinds of shit. Benavidez on Aki, and the thing is, these fucking people, they gotta ask themselves, why is that? Why can't I talk to my favorite fighter? I buy all his shit. I blow him online. I praise him. I say he's the best thing since Jesus Christ, and he still doesn't like me. Why is that?
because you a bitch,
Maybe,
that's why.
Yeah, I'm
These
like
niggas
maybe.
is bitches. I know, I
Yeah, I'm like
guarantee you Canelo wouldn't fuck with these niggas because he's like, damn, there's something wrong with these motherfuckers, man. I like support my fans and shit, but something's wrong with these dudes, man.
I was literally thinking the same thing yesterday. I was like, bro, if Canelo Alvarez actually met and connected with his American fan base, they would make him sick with the shit
He's
that
on the
they
other
say and
side
the
of this
shit that
thing,
they
but
they're like,
do.
dude, you're so much
well,
better than Charlo. You don't have to fight him, right? Yeah,
yeah,
dude.
they be on that, and then these dudes don't want to see the best fight the best. They always making excuses for their favorite fighters, so their favorite fighters won't get their ass whooped. They let their favorite fighters take drugs, duck, do all this other whole ass shit. But they supposed to be the best in boxing. Be the best authentically. Be the best where we can say like, damn, this motherfucker is the best. He fighting everybody. He's clean. He's putting on for the sport. I would not have like, and I would never have a problem with Canelo being the face of boxing if he didn't do the shady shit that he does. I'm giving Canelo his props. I picked fun to win against him. He didn't win. I gave Canelo his props. I respect Canelo's skills as a fighter. I love the fact that Canelo, and I respect the fact that Canelo puts on for his people. He don't disrespect his people like some of these motherfuckers in our community do. So he has my respect for that. But I just can't get I can't let him off the hook for the shady shit that he's done in the course of his entire career. That's not who I am, and that's not what I'm about. But I give respect where
Uh,
respect is earned. You know,
it's not him. It's the WBC. Uh, he didn't ask for it. They just gave it to him. Uh,
Yeah, they just took it. They did something against his will.
yeah. He
He
didn't
didn't want
ask.
this at all.
Yeah, I'm like again, have this same logic with a bitch. If you run in on your bitch taking it in the ass from someone else, and then you ask her why, he's like, "Oh, I didn't ask him. He just came over. He just popped up. What was I supposed to do? Not take it? Like
Ex-
have that same fucking logic in life and see how far you get."
I mean, Lomachenko didn't want it, bro. It was
You
top rank. It was all top ranks doing.
Bruh, I literally had someone trying to argue me down with that. Like, oh, Top Rank made the request. I'm like, bro, when Lomachenko came out and denied that he and Top Rank requested it together to try to cut Devin Haney out the picture, Suleiman came out the next day and said that is complete and total bullshit. We would not give him a franchise championship. We wouldn't even make this thing if people didn't request it. And then all of a sudden, Suleiman got to do damage control, timeout. Oh, well, technically it is undisputed, but it's like, bro, the franchise champ. Of all the WBC has been around for how many years? And they decided to create a franchise championship in 2017. Why the fuck would they do that out of bumfuck nowhere? Like, just stop it. Stop it. He's a ducker, bro. They're like, oh, Lomachenko couldn't possibly be ducking Devin Haney. No, that's foolish. He beats everyone. The nigga lost twice already to people that aren't even as good as Devin Haney.
or Tank.
So what do we do? So what are we doing?
This motherfucker don't want to fight Tank either. I guarantee you, Tank send him a contract. Tank say, you know what, Floyd, Leonard Ellerby, you big nostril motherfucker. Send Lomachenko that contract. I'm tired of this fucking talking these niggas is doing. And then, cause that's all he got to do. They can't say, oh no, we're not gonna do that. No, you're gonna do that shit. Let them motherfuckers know who the top dog is. And when Tank knock him out, they better give him his credit. He better be the motherfucking top dog, like they try to make out Loma to be.
Nah, they're gonna say Lomachenko was small. He was old. He had already been in too many wars. He has nothing left to prove. Tank should have fought him earlier. It's not gonna matter, bro.
But see, they wouldn't use that too green excuse for Tank. If Tank was 20, because when Tank was 22, they told him fight Lomachenko, fight that motherfucker. But they would use that excuse that they gave Canelo that too green shit. And people gotta remember that Tank was undisciplined back then. And I'm not saying that's an excuse, but that's the truth. This motherfucker was undisciplined. And he wasn't a champion. He was trying to fight him before he was even a fucking champion. What sense does that make? This dude, when they talk about nothing to offer, yeah, Tank was a rising star, but in that sense, like, what do you get from being a fucking prospect, a contender?
Yeah, and then people got on my ass because I said that Lomachenko beat a young Gary Russell. They were like, "Oh, Gary Russell had 24 fights and shit," and I said, "Okay, Canelo had almost 50. The fuck are we? The fuck are we talking about?"
Exactly. And Gary Russell put him on his ass, and they said it was a slip. That was a split decision. He didn't dominate that motherfucker. Gary Russell would beat his ass if they fought again. And
and they fucking know that.
Loma didn't want it. Loma, like, what kind of, like, this nigga's not pound for pound number one. He would never pound for pound number one. Like, this motherfucker don't do rematches. He gets people on all types of stipulations. He's a duck. He loses to a fucking bum that drives Uber and steals beer. Like, man, I was on BMTB shit. BMTB had me dying. He said that motherfucker came off a 6-pack of Duff and some chicken nuggets or some shit like that. Then he came on to beat the shit down Lomachenko's leg. Like,
and then it's funny because they say that Orlando Salido weighed in at like 140 or 147 or some shit. That's why he won. And I'm like, Teofimo doesn't look like a 135 pounder. And y'all saying that he
probably like 154 on fight night.
Yeah, but then y'all saying that Lomachenko will stop Teofimo on the rematch. So it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck we talking about? Is that really an excuse?
And the funny thing is, same motherfuckers had recanted that and said maybe Teofimo will win a rematch after the Comey fight.
Yeah, right after yesterday. They're like, shit.
Hey, look, somebody in the chat. Look at this square. See, they come to us. They come to us.
Goofy basement nerd. Oh my god.
This is a goofy basement nerd. Nigga, I'm in my own apartment downtown in the city. Get like me, bitch ass nigga.
Why do you have a naked man as your profile picture though, dog? Who the hell is that? I don't know who the fuck that is.
Nah. I live right downtown in the heart of the city, man. Feeling good. Enjoying talking to my people. And you're here trying to disturb the peace. The idiot city of what? Nigga, fuck you.
That's what I'm saying. Go bother somebody else. Go talk to your own people. And it's like, yeah, they don't like you because they don't like each other. It's just a bunch of toxic energy. Y'all don't like each other. Yeah, exactly. It's like go try to get an interview with Tyson Fury. None of the British channels have had Tyson Fury on. No, Usyk or Lomachenko. None of the fucking channel. You've never had your favorite fighter on a channel you fucking like. None of y'all, because they don't like y'all. They use y'all for bread and then they move on. They do not like y'all, especially not the phone. Like Joe Smith Jr. He might because I think that nigga still has a regular job, so he might come on a panel every now and again. But real niggas like Usyk, Tyson Fury, Lomachenko, they're not fucking with you. They don't care about you. They don't care about you at all. Shit.
And
Anyways,
motherfuckers
I gotta
don't like
walk.
them because they fucking weasels.
Yeah, they're fucking garbage. But I gotta walk my dogs. So if y'all are still on, I'll come back. But if not, then y'all have a good one.
Yeah, I'm about to end this live as well.
All right, peace,
We've
D.
been cooking up, man. It's Marcus Brown fight week versus Better Be. We need to chop it up with that shit, man. Most definitely. In the next couple of days.
Absolutely.
I want to see a press conference. I want to see some type of promo.
I want to see
I
it.
mean, well, better be if is like not that marketable because the nigga barely speaks English.
I know it. Motherfucker look like he don't wear deodorant. I'm keeping. I would just keep it on it.
Cause he got that fucking Khabib beard. Because they all look, yeah, they always look like they've been through some shit. I don't know why.
Black ass hair. Shit's
Yeah,
wild.
man. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
got
swear.
Marcus Brown winning if he don't get stopped. People say he's chinny, but I don't know if he's really chinny to be honest.
They always say shit like that because they think that they number one they haven't done enough research. But John Pascal is a fucking puncher. John Pascal is a puncher. He's a natural puncher. That's like saying if Better Be if knocks you out, you're not fucking chinny. Better Be if is a fucking knockout puncher. That's what he does. He's more puncher than boxer. It's just like if Jamal Charlo knocks you the fuck out, you're not chinny. Like they knock people out. Like it's what they fucking do.
But if they don't knock you out, then they're terrible.
Yeah, then
That make
they
sense.
yeah they
Like,
have no
hey,
skills.
nigga, bro, hey man. So shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm about to get up out of here. Go give me some breakfast or whatever.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right, y'all have a good one. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem.